Hey, family. This is Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. All right, I was trying to make sure that I'm live streaming to my other platforms while we're talking. I am on TikTok on my cell phone, and I am on my restream, which I'm restreaming to 7 different social platforms while I'm sitting in my dining room eating fish. Now, the reason why, right? I said I wasn't gonna go on nobody else's live platforms. Okay. One, I'm a community activist. I'm a community outreach coordinator. I'm a community organizer. I'm a homeless advocate. I am a human rights advocate. Okay. My goal is the people. So, whoever you vote for, because I don't vote anymore. I voted 40 years Democrat. I got disappointed and I backed up. I became a Republican. This is my registration now as a Republican. I backed up off the Republican Party when I found out they was full of crap too. So you can vote for whoever you want. But ask me why I don't. Because you know why? It's a big difference between creating policies and finding the solution. Don't you never tell me what I do don't count. You can write all the laws in the world. That's all they are. But you have to teach people how to, live accordingly. You get me? Because they create laws that can crucify people, and they can create laws to help people prosper. But the laws don't suit everybody. So as an activist or as a human rights advocate, I am the voice for the people. And please, I'm trying not to let the ego come in, because I prayed to deliver a more precise message. I am considered as a lawyer for the voiceless. So you can vote for whoever you want. My thing is, I wait till the laws are being passed down. And then I gather people together to help them live accordingly. So tell me whether I vote or not. Tell me, and I'm getting ready to call y'all a bunch of suckers, but I'm trying to catch myself. Tell me, right? Why do I need to go around licking people's boots who's supposed to be helping the people, but y'all voting them in and they're limited? That's why you have ground root organizations that comes up with solutions towards the problems. That's where Steve Copeland coming in. I sit down and talk with our politicians. Y'all don't. I go to the meetings and everything. Y'all don't. And I can tell by the way a lot of y'all just talk. I'm involved with Democrats. I'm involved with Republicans. I will ask them, Why did y'all create that bill? Mainly if I know it's going to hurt the people, right? I'll ask them, why did y'all create that bill? Blah, 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 blah. And they'll tell me, because understand this too, I'm not by myself. I'm with an organization called Communities United of Baltimore, Maryland. The headquarters is called the Center for Popular Democracy. I'm an organizer with them. I became a board member with them. I speak out on stuff that paid organizers cannot speak on. I don't follow a script because I don't like nobody to tell me how to do certain things. But I'm the, caught myself. But I'm the butt kisser, right? I'm the butt kisser, right? I put my life on the line for our freaking people. What do y'all do? So guess what? When y'all talking politics, and if you're talking to me, or if I come in, I'm only sharing what I see when it comes to dealing with our politicians. But if you're not around them or they're involved in your life, then you won't really understand what the freak I'm saying out my mouth. So I wanted to do this so that I can send little clips over to TikTok. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to go live. For a lot of you chumps that don't really understand nothing about politics, they are not for the people. It's a selfish and self-centered position. Read it up. And I'm not a politician. I'm more in the recovery process. I work with our homeless and less fortunate people. The goal is to help them turn their lives around. And this is part of what the Republican Party want to do. That's why I like the Republican Party. But when they started telling me if I don't lick Trump boots the way they lick Trump boots, I can't be in the club. Bye. You don't do that to me. A lot of y'all might like it. A lot of y'all might kiss butts to get along with, but that's why they don't like me. Because they know when I come, I don't play. I'm for the people. I'm for the people. I'm not for the individuals. So whatever laws they create, and I want y'all to understand this too. Have you ever heard the word amendment? Have you ever heard the word ratify? Huh? That's how I know a lot of y'all not really into politics. That's how I know. Because you know what? Any bill they create that will hurt the people, the citizens, we can ratify that bill. Now I'm going to talk work with you. If you want to know, I was talking to another guy who understands all of it, who is a human, who deals with you know, more of it on a deeper level. That's what I'm trying to get to, y'all. And my goal is to get with him because my thing is once they create a bill, and I'm gonna say the for like the females, right? The AB. You can't, you know, your body is your body. Get me some things. But when they go to want to get rid of the baby, you get me? That's their body, that's their rights. So this is what I was asking the guy. How long do that bill have to be on the books or in the ballots or into law before we can ratify it? He said, as soon as it get there. I said, okay. Because I was trying to look it up to find out. See, y'all, that's why I'm saying, as a human rights advocate, keep in mind, as a human rights advocate, when your rights are being violated, that's why you have the ACLU. That's why you have people like Communities United. That's why you have the NAACP. God dang it, I ain't say their name in so long. The NAACP. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. But that's why y'all have those programs or nonprofits to actually fight for your civil rights, your equal rights, and your constitutional rights. That's what I do. I don't care who you are. And I'm just saying this because of the organizations. I'm not by myself. If you discriminating against the Hispanics, they have a nonprofit organization that fights for their rights too. The I'm gonna say the Africans, the Jewish community, all of them have their own, like, they struggles. You know what I mean? But most of the people that struggle, family, are the ones that really depend on the state and the government for the support. If you're a middle class person and you're making money to maintain your lifestyle, your home and your kids and all that, and you don't have to rely on the state and the government for assistance, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the ones that need their help the most. But the goal with us is to help you get to that point with strengthening the community, is to help you get to that point where where y'all will become more independent and don't have to rely on that. But that's the process too. Okay. So in my housing program, first thing I need you to do, first step, I need you to sign up for the mental health program. I need you to sign up. Thanks, bro. Thanks, Zach. I need you to sign up for the mental health program, because the goal is to change this. If you don't change your old ways of living, and I have to watch certain words, because for living or using or what I was doing, I'll go back to it. So I had to change all of this. I had to get a new mindset. So when you coming into the housing program, you have to sign up for the mental health first. And that's because we want to make sure by the time you graduate from the housing program to get into your permanent housing, that you won't rely on the state and government now, because the goal is to put you into apprenticeship programs to help you make the proper money, or trade school, stuff like that, to help you make the proper money where you won't have to depend on the state and the government. And Big Zach, what I was trying to say on the other end, because of what I do, I fight against our politicians to do the right things by our people. For 40 years, I voted Democrat, right? And I got disappointed when I found out they was running the city in the hole. So I stepped back, right? Then on top of that, I met the Republicans, and they were talking about, yeah, we want to come in the city, we want to do this, we want to do that. Y'all see me sitting here by my damn self, right? That's why I get on their ass about this making America great again from this boy. Because number one, y'all steady destroying it. So I got with them. So I'm registered as a Democrat. I used to be I used to be Democrat. I'm registered as a Republican. I don't even have my card, but I'm registered because it shows me there, right? But look, when I found out them suckers, they wasn't really for helping the inner city people, my thing is I did them like this. Because I found out they was all full of shit. So this is where I'm going, Big Zach. The thing is, because when I come to these town hall meetings and stuff, I come with solutions. This is what we can do to slow this down, to stop that right there. Intervention programs. They don't like it. And I started saying it. I'm like, y'all mother suckers. I don't care who, Democrats, Republican. Now, we got some good ones in there. Don't get it wrong. But when I found out they was full of shit, and the Republicans talking about they want to come in the city and help do this and help do that, I'm like, yeah, where y'all been all my life? And then when I start going to their functions and everything, now mind you, I stand like this. I ain't weaving for nobody. I was even offered money to shut down my business. No, because I'm for the people. But anyway, I go to their functions and everything because I do like what they represent and what they stand for. But I found out they don't have programs to help people come out of struggling or certain situations in life. That's what strengthening the community is about. And I'm gonna share this too, because after I got off of that page, that I want to make sure I say his name right because I got my paperwork upstairs. The first black man that ever voted was in 1871, and his name is I want to make sure I say it right because it's Thomas Mundy Peterson. He voted in 1871. The reason why they got the act passed in 1965 so that minorities, not just black people, wouldn't be discriminated against. You know, they was getting assaulted and stuff like that. So that was a form of protection for them. That's why I know a lot of people don't understand a lot about politics and policies and why they do what they do. But see, you got one bald head black dude right here that understand what's going on through the process of what I do, that reorganized religion and politics is what enslaves and oppress our people. Go back to the 5 books of Moses. The laws, they use those same laws to help people or they use it to destroy people. I ain't understand a lot of that a long time ago. That's why I run off at my big mouth to let people know what's happening. I ain't pressed about Trump. I see you, baby. I ain't pressed about Trump. I ain't pressed about Elon. I ain't pressed about none of them suckers. When it comes to the American people, what we going to do for them? That's where I'm at with all of that. Come on, Zach. Talk to me, baby.
I had a question.
Oh, come on.
Don't we know Wilsberg English? He sounds really familiar. That one scam guy?
Who's that?
That you kicked out here? It says Wilsberg English. Yo, you're from Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
He sounds super familiar.
I don't pay no attention to that.
Okay. I'm gonna go on.
Yeah, go ahead, so the problem with it, I feel like, is that I'm for Trump. And personally, it's not about race, right?
I know.
Because I'm about economic empowerment and not just letting this stuff keep going on and on. Like you see how I seen the mismanagement of funds and me coming from corporate. Like I'm in corporate. You feel me? And you just see it. You see how the checks and balances go at your job, but then America don't have one. Like, what kind of weird stuff is that? And then for black people, the Democrats seem like they like putting little trophies. Hey, let me get a day for this. MLK Day is probably the biggest scam alive. Because, to be honest, how many black people are in these sectors to be able to get off the federal sectors and whatnot, right? I know a few people, a handful of people, but the majority is working at Walmart, right. McDonald's. So who is off on these holidays, right? So they keep giving us small trophies to be excited about, and it's not working for nobody. Ain't nobody off. Like, I just feel like the Democrats just keep putting this carrot in front of us, keep having us chasing the carrot. It is a metaphor. So it could be Medicaid, it could be food stamps, it could be housing, to all this stuff, and they just keep putting that in for it. Like, that's the only thing that we care about, right? And I cannot keep going down with that. And I've been Democrat. I voted for Biden, but when I seen that they gave out so much money to other entities but American people, and then how Kamala was on those interviews, just skatewalking around those questions.
Hey, Big Zach. Big Zach, let me share this with you. I only came up because I heard you. I came up to pick with you. I came up to pick with you because I was hearing what you were saying. And I know you're an investor. Remember, I texted you that. But that's what caught my attention because I know you basically understand what's happening. You caught my attention. That's all I wanted you to know. Go ahead.
Yeah, you seen that panel. I was up there holding strong because we got to change our route. What have they done for us all these years?
Zach, can I ask you a question?
Go on.
So, okay, when I come across people who vote for Trump, I kind of get, I kind of get like mind fucked because I don't understand how you can vote for somebody. And don't get me wrong, I don't like to throw the race card in there. But obviously, he's not for black people. I don't understand.
Exactly.
I don't understand why there's a lot of black people, a lot of Mexican people, a lot of minorities voting for him. It's a majority of white people, but I don't understand because he's not. I feel as though he's not doing anything for the American people. He's doing small shit. Sure, you took the tax off of. You took the taxing off the houses. Sure, you're getting the roads fixed. Sure, you do this. Sure, you do that. But like, he needs to focus on bigger things. He's not focusing on homeless. He's not bringing down inflation. He's not giving better jobs. He's honestly, did you like even with the trading? He traded all of his stuff, and then he passed off the trading, but the trading went down. But I feel as though with Trump in office, he has a plan, and it's in the book if you go read it. He has a plan to be a what do you call them people? I don't know the name for it, but you know, like how certain countries have a president, but nobody else to be a president.
Dictator.
Oh, he's trying to.
Like he's gonna be a dictator, but it's like I don't understand why people vote for him because we're in the fucking hole. We're not getting out of the hole. Everything is getting worse. He's not doing anything for actual people. They're taking away Medicaid. They're taking away stuff for homeless. I don't understand that shit, and it's gonna be to the point to where we're gonna have to dig ourselves out of our own hole. And he's making everybody homeless, and then he gets upset about the homeless population. Nobody's going to hire you if you're dirty and if you stinks. There's no way for me to get soap, water, and it's like, and think about it. He's raising more. Housing is not going to be available. Freaking food, all of that. So I don't understand why you vote for Trump, and I'm just gonna land there. I just feel like he's making everything worse.
Let me kind of say this because it's not really about Trump, but I just want to say read up about the political parties itself, what the Democrats represent, and basically what the Republican Party represent. That's why I became. Wait a minute. That's why I became a part of the Republicans, because their goal is to help us to become more independent, where we don't have to rely on foreign goods and stuff like that. Where you have homeless people that depends on the state and the government, the goal is to work with them to help them to become more independent, where they do not have to rely on the state and the government. That's what my business is about. Meeting them at the level of where they at. But now keep in mind too, housing funds is not going to stop. That's tax money. All of those programs that he called himself saying he's like fighting against the cutout, he can't do it. You know why? Because it's people's tax money that pays for them. For the people to be able to afford a decent living from a lower level. It's lower level, and I'm talking about your impoverished people, your communities that depends on them a lot. That's my whole goal with the people that I'm working with. Our goal is to build back up affordable housings too for the low to moderate income people. They can't afford the $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 houses. So now we have to work with this population. That's why I was with the Republican Party, because I understood. I didn't understand it at first, what their meaning and their purpose is for. And that's what Trump is doing. He's trying to fix it where people can stand up for themselves. That's all he's doing. I don't look. Wait a minute. I'm asking you. I already know the politics of it. But now, to be honest, because I see the bull crap, and it's just this. It's the people that's on the ground level that actually do the work to put that stuff in place. So that's why I want people to understand how you have to separate it. You got the policies, which is the laws. Then you have the solution. Steve Copeland and his group of people, Zach and family, we are the solution. That's why the politicians don't like me. Because when I come into a meeting, number one, I look damn good. I got to get my front teeth right there. But look, I'm telling you, I'll be dressed up like a mother tucker. But look, when I come, I'm telling y'all, mainly when I'm around the Republicans, Zach, and y'all, when I come, I step up in the room, all fucking eyes are on me. And I know it because I represent the black community. And I have to, present it. And I'm telling you, wait a minute, Zach. And when I come in, look, I always tease myself, Zach, and y'all, look, Big Zach too. Look, I do one of these numbers to myself. I'm a handsome dude. I'm a good-looking man. And then I'll go overboard, right? I'm sexy. I'm gorgeous. I'm beautiful. I'm like, Steve, cut that shit out. Cut it out. You went too far. No, but the point I'm trying to make, y'all, is representing us. And when I say us, I'm not just talking about black people. My family. When I say our people, my family, the blacks are number one. But because of the type of stuff I do, like the homeless, I work with the homeless population, all of them aren't black, y'all. And I realize a lot of the inner city that need that help the most, they aren't black. The majority of them, they are black. I got a phone call today with a guy telling me that it's a lady with a child that needs housing. So I told him, go ahead and give her my number, And the goal is once they come in, because they have to sign up, because it's to help you deal with whatever mental issues, from the past, because that can come in the day and destroy people from learning to be healthier in the here and now. So I want you to get the proper mental health. And then on top of that, we offer a full wraparound service, Zach, where family, where you can be more independent. Like we got a kitchen in the building. It's a commercial kitchen. So my goal is to get classes. I got a person that's doing studio stuff. She's a part of what I'm doing. Now, mind you, all of this is based around for the poor people to become more independent. That's what I'm not crazy about Trump because he's not a politician, but I know what he's doing because he's a businessman. But I know what he's doing. And
I don't think he does.
huh?
I said at least you know what he's doing. I don't think
What?
he does.
Zach. I mean, not Zach. I'm sorry. Matthew, hold up, and I'm gonna shut up for a minute, y'all. I'm gonna shut up. But look, and then I'm gonna shut up, y'all. But look, when I was with ACN, right? And Trump was our speaker. And the moment he opened up his mouth, I said, oh my God, he's a part of the mafia.
Wow.
Now,
Hey, Steven.
come on.
Hey, this is what I want to share right now. First of all, I'm gonna share with you how I was drawn into this room. Oh, guys, I looked at your name, Stephen Copeland Sr. I know you see my name, Zach B. Wiley 7. That's not my name. My real name is Brian Copeland, Brian Wiley Copeland. I'm from the Copeland family. So you because your last name, you brought me up in here.
You make me sick.
I'm part of the Copeland Agnew family.
You make me sick. You made me think about cool ass, Reverend Cool Ass. She's a Copeland too, and she's on here. She does her live too. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she told me, she said, Steve, somebody. Okay, look, because I want to tell you about the family. She told me, she said, Steve, because she's a fighter too. She's a fighter. She was telling me all about our great grandparents and all of that, because all of them was fighters. They was warriors. So that's just carrying on with us. Look, Zach, she said, Steve, somebody, now she in North Carolina. She said, somebody said, is you some kin to the Copelands in Baltimore City? And she said, yeah. So they mentioned me, the big mouth bald head black dude, right? Because I speak out. And they talking about me, but I know they talking about me because this is what I do, family. And I realized my mother was the same way. My grandfather and them was the same way. They fought for people's rights,
That's right.
So it's powerful, bro.
You familiar with John A. Copeland Jr. that they hung in Oakland, Ohio?
No, I might have heard it. That might have been during my time. I was like into that, but just tell me a little bit.
So anyway, John A. Copeland, he was a part of that John, I forget his last name. They rebelled against, basically they was part of the Harriet Tubman's movement, Underground Railroad, but they was called the Rescuers.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, they caught him. they caught the group. So in Oberlin, in history, his name is John A. Copeland Jr. You know, they hung the white man and they hung oh, that's his name. You know, so you forget something, then all of a sudden the memory comes.
Come
John
on.
Brown. Remember that John? He was part of John Brown movement.
No, I probably look it up if I can find it, but I basically know what the Copelands does.
Yeah. So you said they're a fighter. Yeah.
Yeah. And see,
for a second, I thought you were talking about John Wilkes Booth.
John's Wilkes Booth. That's a little bit too far back.
That's Christian history. No,
yeah, the guy who unalived Abraham Lincoln. I thought you were talking about him for a second.
No, I read up about him too a little bit, Shower. But see, this how wait a minute, gorgeous, and I'll let y'all go ahead. This is how I do personally. Well, how God had me doing it. It's not me, because by trade I'm a tractor trailer driver. I retired 5 years ago. He pulled me into this. Well, I started reading up on certain things because I be asked to come out and speak at rallies and stuff like that. So I'll read up a little bit to get my point across. And what I have a tendency of doing, family, I'll talk a little bit about the problem, but then I go into the solution. And they always do me like this: get him the fuck out of here. Because I realize the politicians are not looking for the solution. Some of them are, don't get it wrong, like Jasmine Crockett. Pay a lot of attention to a Jasmine Crockett. And the reason why I'm saying this, because she's into politics. And she's actually speaking against the corruption that she sees. A lot of people is not catching it. I call Jasmine Guy. I mean, I keep saying Jasmine Guy, but Jasmine Crockett. I call her the female version of me. But she's more, to me, she's more educated. She's more classier with it. And to me, I can come real rough. So I've been praying, because I have a tendency of calling out names too. I was told to stop calling people names out. So I said, okay, on my talk show and everything. I said, okay. But what I love about her, because I watch her, and y'all, people got to understand, it takes a lot of courage and it takes a lot of balls to go against your comrades that wants to see stuff destroyed. And you really for the people. So I commend anybody like her that will speak against the corruption that they see. And Copeland went down, but I wanted him to know too, 2 years ago, I got locked up for this. The same police officer said he wanted to leave a legacy behind for his children, white boy. He came up against me, created some charges. They kidnapped me. They hid me away to shut my mouth. Because y'all get paid to serve the inner city people. So we should not be arguing and fussing each other. We should be working together. But I didn't know at that time that they had a supervisor that actually dealt with the community himself. And that's who I was supposed to help resolve some of the community issues. So what they did, so when I started seeing them saying something about Jag, she only touched his phone. Oh, she need to be arrested. She need to be that. That's what happens. I didn't understand it, Zach and y'all, until when I did go. I stayed over the prison for like 11 months. I was seeing some of the bull crap that they do in the prison towards our people. And I'm asking God, I said, God, why is you allowing me to see this? You know, I got a big mouth. I'm going to go on my talk show and I'm going to talk about it. It's like the spirit hit me and said, that's why I let you see it. Because see, when I open up my mouth, I'm sharing with you my personal experience. I can't give you nothing else. Come on, y'all. Come on.
You support Jasmine Crockett?
Yeah, I support her because number one, she's a fighter. And you have to understand she's a politician, so she understands political science because she have a degree in political science. Donald Trump don't. Elon Musk don't. Matter of fact, Elon Musk was not supposed to be in the position he was in. And eventually, I'm going to tell you right now, for violating the constitutional rights, Elon going to get locked up soon. Watch.
I hope so.
They is. I see it coming.
Can I ask you something though?
Yeah, come on.
So Do you think that anyone with a political science degree has done anything that Elon has done?
Elon, be honest with you, is not doing jack. Look, let me show you this. I understand what you're saying, Show. One, keep in mind, Elon Musk is a businessman, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna try to break it down, make it real simple for you. They deporting a lot of the immigrants, right? They deporting a lot of the immigrants, right?
Yep.
So who you think gonna work the warehouses, the plantations? I mean, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean the plantation, the farms and all that stuff.
Well, but what does that have to do with Elon?
I'm telling you.
He said it. He said it. Listen.
I'm telling you. Who in his warehouses, in their corporations, even on Donald Trump's golf courses and stuff, right? Who are mainly the people that they tend to hire? Then keep in mind, if you start deporting immigrants, that will open up jobs. But guess who's going to work the places? Now, the big old plantation, the biggest plantation in the world is your prison. Listen, the biggest plantation in the world is your prison. When you start locking up people more, you let them go out and work in these warehouses and farms and stuff for basically nothing. You don't see the big picture. I see it. I see it. Y'all don't see it. Oh, he's saving jobs. No, he's not. He's still creating jobs, but they're going to be working for him for less than nothing. That's what free labor is. That's what slavery is. I'm sorry. That's what slavery is.
My point was political science majors versus Elon Musk catching rockets from space, building self-driving cars, tunneling underneath LA. Like, how do they compare? That was my point.
Okay, well, this is my thing. Did Elon Musk do it, or did he get with people that was already doing it and they became a corporation?
Well, I mean, Elon Musk invented PayPal, you know that?
I'm going to say it again, because I'm growing my business, and I realize I cannot grow my business the way I want without other corporations with me. Well, with other businesses, so that we can turn into a giant corporation. That's what Elon Musk do. He's probably not even worth $5 billion. The corporation itself is worth over $400 billion, and that's X Space or SpaceX mixed with Tesla. He has other people that have invested their money into what he's doing because they believe in what he's doing.
See, I'll be fair. Elon Musk, first of all, Elon Musk is the most rich man on the planet, right? But, however, he did fake, and I do believe this, he did fake being like the top tier gamer. If he faked that, if he faked such an inconsequential thing as that, what else is he faking? I will give you that. Like, he could be faking a lot of things. Because as a gamer, he had people doing it for him, and then he's taking the credit for it. That could apply across the board.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, he is the richest man alive.
Well,
I mean, if he lied about that, he'll lie about anything. Think about it. If he's lying about it,
I just said that.
He could be lying about the Tesla thing. Maybe it actually wasn't his idea. Maybe
it probably wasn't. It probably that's what I was trying to say. And I'm sorry, Gorgeous. That's what I was trying to say. Shower. All right, look. I have to put myself here for an example. My company or my business is transitional housing. That's all I do. I do temporary to prepare you for a permanent place. So once you leave my housing program, or you graduate, you get the key to your affordable house.
Halfway house.
That's what, yeah, somewhat. Thank you. Ray J. Thank you. That's basically what it is. But mine's is for independent people that help them to get back on their feet. If you making between $12 and $15 an hour, that's not a lot of money. The goal is to get you prepared where we can put you into trade schools and stuff like that, right? So that we can get you where you can be more independent financially. Not only that, with my housing program, you get into the housing of the buyers. My clients have the option to buy a house on top of that. Everybody ain't gonna want to buy a house. So you can get into my home buyers program. See, it's all set up to prepare you for a better and more quality way of life, where you won't have to depend on the state and government. Now, in saying that, this is what the Republicans kind of represent. But what I found out, they didn't have nothing in process to help the people, like programs, to help the people actually walk up out of their situation. That's why I didn't run for office, because if I would have ran, I couldn't keep doing my business. I had to get somebody else to run it. So I refused to shower. I said, no, well, why in the hell should I run? See, my thing is, I know it's going to take funding more than anything to help the less fortunate become more independent. It's going to take funding, no matter how you put it, if you don't want them to depend on the free money. Come on.
What kind of programs were you talking about?
Well, what's your name said it the best way, like a halfway house. Now, the only thing with the halfway house, I don't deal with like people that's actually using. If you already using this stuff, I won't let you in my program. I will send you to a recovery program, but you can't come in my housing program like that, because the goal is to turn that around. So that's the problem. When I hear with a lot of people talk, they stuck on the issue. They stuck on the prices. But none of them, if you listen to people, they won't care about certain programs that's in that community that can help that ex-offender, that can help that felon, that can help that mother with 5 kids on social service. And matter of fact, my business partner told me the other day that this police asked him, can he help this woman with about 4 or 6 kids, one of them. But my thing is, see, I can't house her in my housing program because that's either 2 or 3. So now, if she reach out to me, I'm willing to rent her a place, but won't. Come on, Ray.
Yeah, I just want to say, I mean, what you're saying, I support. But I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I don't want to get into it, but I do want to start a specific nonprofit. But what I would say, in the Republican mindset, it's not that, and just hear me out, it's not that these programs don't have a place, but, and maybe you can engage with me, I don't think that a strong central government is the answer. More so, your district, like me, as an individual, the most that I can get done, that's what I want to do, is I want to go out and try to make a difference within my community. Because when you're talking about, especially federal government, and those are like macro levels, so they need to create an environment for us to thrive. But
right,
in terms of programs that are going to really impact us, is the president, and you have to give him credit, because 330 million. Okay, in a macro level, he has to give a damn, right? Or she has to give a damn. But when we're talking about my community, individually, I may have certain needs that contradict somebody else from, I don't know.
And you see what I'm doing, Ray, right? You see what I'm doing? When I'm agreeing totally. Yeah.
No, and I appreciate it. So the thing is it's like, I don't want to pay a bunch of taxes to a centralized government that has, it's kind of like taxation without representation. The taxation, right, if it's my community and my localities, then I actually have a say. I can go to like boards. Which I'm not gonna do, because again, I'm not trying to impact. I want to make the most impact to individual people as soon as possible. So, working with people in my community to kind of get access to at the state level grants, and then if there's a way, maybe through their connection, they can access maybe federal funding.
Right.
But the whole point of it is that the most impact is actually at the state level, in my opinion, is that no taxation without representation. If you are looking at the federal government, that's 330 million people that they have to account for, right? Our community is much smaller, right? I don't mind paying taxes that are going to go someplace, but even more than that, I don't even like paying those taxes, because honestly, the most impact that I believe we've made or you can make is like these local charities, because some charities, they do really well.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why they're there. But like some of these programs, they take the money. I have no idea where they're gonna like put it, and then even when they find out that they're doing whatever with it, it's not like you can stop paying your taxes.
Right.
Like in charity, I can stop paying it to this. If they're not doing what I want them to do with the money, right? It's not like I'm saying I'm just trying to hold you accountable. I'm
Right.
Right. Control you in a bad way. But you get what I mean?
And that's what he's saying, Shower. That's what we have to do. Come on, Shower.
But that's that's the like Republican mindset too. And by the way, I'm like in the middle, right?
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay.
That's me.
Look, but even before Donald Trump was president, like he owned a whole bunch of real estate. And I feel like if you looked it up, now I don't have hard facts here, but I genuinely feel like if any of us looked this up, you would probably find that Donald Trump done something similar to what you were referring to. Well, the point is that I really don't think that, I don't even think it's at the state level, because you could have a city, you could have a mayor, you still have programs there. Like if you're really rural, like those places like Alabama, Mississippi, whatever, there's not a high amount of population. That's where they need state programs, they need et cetera, et cetera. But the point of like a city, right, is you have a ton of people and they are getting taxed. You know that,
Right.
like people that live out in the country versus us that are in the city, we got sales tax, we got some other property tax, we got a lot of different taxes. You could have like but you're living tax. You're living a life that is so much more luxurious.
Right.
Are we talking about Republican?
Wait a minute, because I want.
If you're living in a city, you're paying a higher tax, but that comes with like more benefit, right? Like you can walk down the block and then there's all these restaurants where
that's not true. Not every city is
right.
like that.
Right. It's the see Shower. Wait a minute, y'all. Shower. See what's happening, right? Shower. Wait a minute, Shower. What is starting to happen? Is you familiar with gentrification?
That's very true. I'm not. No.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna share this with you. Hey, Danielle. Hey, baby. Now, this is what's happening in Baltimore City. In the inner city, they're starting to produce say $350,000 to $500,000 houses in the inner city. Now, anybody making under 40,000 cannot afford that. So you know what? I tell people whenever you hear that word, gentrification, you know what comes with gentrification? Genocide. You start allowing them to take each other out. Not only that, wait a minute, Ray. Not only that, the powder, right? That's coming into the inner city, taking them down. You wiping them out. You getting rid of as many as you can to build these communities of 350, 4,500, right? You allow them to wipe each other out. Pew, 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 pew. You know why? Because we fought to get a bill passed for safe consumption sites. So anybody that's doing the powder and it take them down, it's a crew to bring them back. I wasn't for it at first, but I realized what they're doing to the most poor people.
Mr. Copeland.
Huh?
Let me tell you something. You know what's crazy? Like, I don't know if you already maybe think of this or whatever, but like all cities, I've been a lot of cities like early on in my life through work. So all cities, what it starts with, this whole gentrification thing, what it starts with is liberals. What happens is an arts district or some other painting, whatever thing. And then they bring in, food shops, whatever. Now, when that happens, they don't have a problem. And this is messed up. So, but just work with me. I'm not trying to say I support one thing or another.
Right.
But when people are, in a sense, like, you know how they want to stay with their own people, like, they don't want to move in. So, in a way, like, let's say if you're inner city, downtown is where it always happens. You got an arts district that makes up, and then right near there is where, a community lives, like a black community or something like that, right? So before that community is established, nobody, they houses have been in their family for a long time, or maybe they don't even own the houses. They've just been living in it a long time. What happens is liberals, they don't care. They're like, all right, we just want to go in there. I don't mind living with you, whatever, right? They come in with the disguise that I'm not racist, I love you. But what they end up doing is they just kill off that community, unalive that community, like in terms of them living there. But is there really unity? You lose the entire sense of identity, and your kids are not gonna be there. So what ends up happening is, it's not like you assimilate with them; you get kicked out. So that community is always gone. Like, that's what I've seen is liberals come in with the sense of unity, but it ends up destroying whichever community. That is gentrification.
See what he's saying? And Ray, that's why I moved away from the Democrats, because I really seen what was happening. But everything you said, the Republicans made me feel like they was coming in, they was going to do this, they were going to do that, they were going to do this. And my thing is, come on, because of how they fed me. Now, I'm going to say this too. My friend asked me to help the Republican parties. It was 9 BLK Republicans in Baltimore City that ran for seats for the first time in history. He asked me to come over and help them win their seats because of this. I said, this is what I'll do. I'll come and help y'all, but I knew they weren't going to win. Because I knew once our politicians seen me over there, they was going to be like, oh shit, Steve over there with them. Because the goal is getting the work done. So now I went. The only person, Ray, that I felt could have won their seat was Kimberly Klacik. And when I seen Kwaisi come in, I knew right then and there that was it. That was the only person. Because on the congressional level, you can be a Democrat and vote for a Republican and all that too. But more of your local levels, right? If you're a Democrat, you have to write for your House of Delegates. It all depends on where you at. But for your House of Delegates in that area, they're Democrats. So you have to vote for the Democrats. Then you got the Republicans. That's why they mix together. So anyway, I knew they wasn't going to win because this is a Democratic city. Now, I was at the budget for the 2023 mayor's budget. His budget for that year excuse me, y'all, was 4.2 billion. I'm sitting there and I'm watching him talking about everywhere that money is going, except for the inner city. I said, oh shit. But because I'm dealing with people for us to start rehabbing and revitalizing houses, they already doing it. It's just putting my feet in where I need to go. But they came to me for us to do what we do, right? Anyway, that's where I'm at with Ray J, mainly focusing on the ones that need our help the most, because I understand, say social service was created as a temporary thing, not because they wanted people to be on it forever. And then we got to understand too, if you want to take it back to this, that's why a lot of y'all need to do your work. 1619. When they brought the slaves over here, black people was already here. Don't get it wrong. Culture was here. But when they brought the slaves over here, they brought them over here to work, basically for free. When they set them free in 1850, 54, 1854, 55, they had to create ways and means to take care of people that they stole. So you got to understand the whole perspective of what's going on. So now that's when the government funding programs or the state funding programs started coming about, because now we got so many people over here in America that need help too, to live socially. That's why when I listen to people, right, I realize, and they talking politics, but they don't understand where it all started from. It started from when God told Moses to go tell Pharaoh to let my people go. They aren't your people, sucker. Let them go. And it started the ball for us, Ray, for him to put them in the other communities, and we're the ones. He sent them to the promised land. So I'm only saying that, y'all, because guess what? I ain't see all this at first. I ain't see it. I'm like, God dang it, why you open up my eyes, God? You should have left me in the dark, because you know I'm going to go on my live and talk about it. Because I see the big picture, I'm just saying. So I like to make fun of stuff to y'all. But it's like, God dang. I like when they said at one time, Ray, and Greg, I like when they said, like they said, our people need to wake up for the knowledge. They need to wake up and see what's what. Sometimes I'll be like, I wish I was still blind. Because I shut my mouth. Now that my eyes are open, I'm doing this. I'm like, Steve, shut up. And people hate me. Come on, Greg. And I'm only trying to help our people. And they hate me for sharing the truth.
That's why they hate you.
Yeah, come on.
The thing is, bro, closed mouths don't get fed.
Thank you. And I need you to follow me, because I'm trying to connect with other cities that's doing things.
How are y'all this afternoon?
Pretty good. I'm over here looking at my other live stream. That's all.
Oh, okay. I just heard a little bit of what you guys were discussing. I decided to come up because I've talked to Raj before.
Oh, really?
Hey, hello, buddy. How you been?
What's up, Ray? I mean, Felix.
Doing good, man. How you been?
I've been great, just putting stuff together. I got my staff member on here. She's on the my live stream. She's part of her name is Danielle. She's part of board member as well. And she does a lot of great work in the community. So I asked her, well, we merging together to try to make it real simple. Her and her husband do great work in the community. So I'm looking forward to all of us coming together, mainly with this housing project. I'm just waiting for the lady to give me the keys to go in and put the people in. So much stuff we can do out of there, Felix. And I was going to call you and talk to you because I noticed we haven't talked in a while.
I know, I seen you on yesterday. I put a prayer out for you.
Thank you.
We're talking about good things.
Hey,
My good things. I like that.
hey, the whole goal with all of us is getting the job done. Let Greg talk a little bit, Phillips, and where you can come on and unmute. Come on, Greg.
I'm not on mute.
No, I'm saying, Greg, come on and talk.
Well, I mean, what are you guys talking about?
Well, the reason why I came on here because I want to break down some clips because I got to the point, be honest, because I seen the bull crap that goes on. I don't vote. But once they lay down the policies, what I do is try to put stuff in place for the people to live accordingly. So on this other platform, some people will say, well, if you don't vote, your voice don't matter. You can kiss my grits on that one. Because look, I understand the vote. I understand the purpose of being able to vote without being discriminated against. What y'all think y'all doing to me for number one? I got the right to vote. But if I choose not to vote, that's me. But anyway, I want to send this back out to let them know I work on the solutions, not the problems. So you can vote for whoever you want, but it's when they lay down the policies, the laws. It's the people that have to actually abide by the laws. Rather Kamala got in, rather Trump in, it doesn't matter. It's the people. And that's what I didn't understand earlier, Greg. So I said, you know what? I hesitated. I said, you know what? I'm going on my live because number one, don't come for me. Don't come for me when I'm in the community fighting to reduce the unalive rate, fighting to reduce the violent criminal behaviors. You know, I have to watch what I say. You know, it's TikTok friendly.
Of course.
And my thing is, I'm in the streets. Where the hell is y'all at? Where the hell is Trump? Where the hell is Musk? Where's our council members? Where's our Congress people? The ones y'all voted in. I'm in the streets. So they said, because I didn't vote, I voted for Trump. Okay, if that's what you want to say. My thing is, Congress is the ones that that create the bills, the policies. Trump or your president only signs them or vetoes them. And I said, y'all need to really understand politics.
Well, to date, he has signed only two bills. One was the continuing resolution, and the other one was the Lake and Riley Act. Everything else has been by executive order because he seems to be under the delusion that he can rule by edict and by executive order, which is not true. Now, it is your protected right to vote for either who you want or not to vote at all. So nobody should ever hold that against you.
Right.
I don't think.
Now, I love what you just said, Greg, because you know what I learned in this process too. We do have some great like politicians, Democrats, Republicans, and we have other political parties that you don't hear about that much no more, like the Green Tea Party, all that. I met throughout the years a lot of political people, right? So I listen to the human being. I don't pay attention to your political beliefs. That's like your religious belief to me. You know, you can be Catholic, you can be Muslim. I want to know about the individual personally. And my thing is, when I talk with people, I tune into your spirit. See, I sometimes I have to watch what I say because I don't like people to know how I, kind of communicate. But if I hear you like I heard Ray J, and Ray J want to do something to better the community. See, that's a man after my own heart. My thing is, call me, bro. Let's talk. Come on, Timeless. See, that's how I look with Ray, because he looking more for helping the people itself. So that's what I want. I want people in my life, men or women, whose hearts and minds is really for the people. We understand the policies. We understand the laws they create. We understand that. But it's the people that making America great again. Let me put it like that. With that statement, make America great again. You don't make America great by dividing, by continue dividing. You don't do that. You don't do it. It's coming to be a unity. So if you're not about unifying, and I ain't trying to be smart, I'm gonna just say this as a guy that used to be in the streets and been out the streets for 32 years now, stay out my way. You get me, Greg? I'm talking about when it comes to the people. Because I was once poisoned in the community, you get me? I ain't poisoning them now, and I'm trying to, look, God got me like, you gonna fix those mistakes. I'm like, okay. So that only reason why I'm sharing that, y'all, because I'm so pumped, man. And to know where a lot of it come from, Greg and y'all. And it starts with our politicians. And I'm gonna say organize, because you have a lot of churches out there that actually, for saving, for helping people, but you have a lot of them that's just like politics, to control, and that's a form of slavery, to control and dictate their lives. So organized religion and politics is the same, and it tends to keep our people enslaved and trapped. I didn't understand that. But that's why I fight against certain things. But the best way I could fight, Greg and Ray J and y'all, is for us to create solutions. Because we already know the problem. We already know the issues that they're facing. The ones that need the government and the state help the most. So that's why we have to create programs for the ones that's willing to want to turn their life around, because they got to put in the work. If you come into strengthening the community mob housing program.
Yeah, but the thing about
Let me say this with
can I say something?
Wait a minute, Greg. Let come on, Walk.
What I was gonna say is that now that the federal government is shutting down the way that it is and subtracting so much funding from the states on the local level. It all depends on what state you live in, what resources the state is going to provide. And so I think people are going to start looking for funding from wealthy people in their communities to step up to the plate and to help organize resources for the community. But the thing about it is that what this country is going through right now, it was inevitable for what's happening to happen. I was one of the people who did not vote. I did not vote because I what the hell am I voting for? They ain't giving me shit but a goddamn almost a stroke or a heart attack. And so, but now that Trump is in office, and I'm taking a look at what he's doing, I'm seeing that what he's doing, I'm just telling you, whether it was Trump or somebody else, what's going on now was inevitable. And I mean, for him to be going through the federal government and doing what he's doing, digging out. He said he was going to drain the swamp, and he did drain. He's draining the swamp. And everybody is sitting up here whining and crying about it. But a lot of those people that was working for the federal government and the state governments, they were a bunch of crooks themselves, but yet still they want to call Trump a crook. And I mean, if you go back and look at what they've been digging up, these people were literally from the politicians down, because this is a corporation. They was on some crap. There was one woman, she stole over 240 million in grants for people that she was supposed to be helping somewhere in Africa.
Whoa.
I mean, that was doing all kind of crazy shit. And so, like, hey, look, I mean, like, what's happening now with the federal government when Trump is doing, yes, okay, it's everybody's hollering, he's pinching me, ouch, ouch. But everybody's on the same goddamn level right now, to a certain extent. And people are whining and crying, oh, well, I lost my farm, and I shouldn't have voted for him, because if I had known that he was going to do this and he said he was going to do that, I wouldn't have voted for him. Well, you know what? If he going to drain the swamp, you better crawl up out of that swamp. I can go on and on and
Walker, I love you. You know what? I love when people when people can see what I see. You get me? Now, this what I want to say while Walker was talking. Look up how many of our billionaires, like Elon, Bill Gates, what's that other boy name? Look up. Yeah, Elon Musk one.
Zuckerberg.
Bill Gates, Zuckerberg. Look them up. Yeah, look them up. And I'm gonna tell you all this. They do not pay taxes. Look them up. The reason why.
I can understand, but I was going on based on what
Wait a
you
minute,
were
Walker.
saying when you were.
Hold up. I'm gonna show you just what you said. Because they take that money and that they supposed to pay taxes with, they will invest it back into nonprofits and all that type of stuff, like she said. Because guess what? That's how they save their money. That's why when somebody said, Walker, when look, I'm gonna use Elon Musk as a prime example, because I know in order for him to avoid taxes, they have to put that money back into programs. But it's the people, like she's saying, that will misuse that money and abuse that money on other stuff. So this is what I said, Walker.
So, Mr. Copeland.
The politicians that was misusing the money too, because like, okay, I'm 64 years old, and what I wanted to tell you is that once upon a time they would call it earmarks, and so what they would use the federal government and fundings and grants and stuff, and they say, oh well, we want to do this, we want to build a bridge in our state, and then they would get that money and it would call the earmark, and they would take it and put it in their own pocket and do just a little bit, maybe for the
discretionary.
Right.
Bridge. So I'm just basically saying is that,
and you're right.
Trump is here and he's taking and he's draining this swamp. Everybody is marching in the goddamn streets. It's because he's taking away all of their corruption. And on TikTok, he's talking about he's a goddamn criminal when all them bitches is criminals.
And look, Walker, because of my housing program, family, I need the damn money. So look, this is what I do. Wait a minute, Queen. This is what I do, Walker. I look for philanthropists. I look for investors. I look for sponsors and business partners to donate towards my housing to help the people. But now I might have to apply for some of the government funding, like for the nonprofit part of stuff. Go ahead.
That government.
Right.
They're cutting a lot of that funding, and I'm telling you, like here in California where I'm at, people are looking down, like it's not that many black people in the LA County anymore. But the thing about it is that the LA County has got millions and millions of dollars for housing, and all they did is bring in all the illegals, prop their ass up, push the black people down on School Road, and push the shut down the mental facilities out here, and push the mentally ill on the street, and whine and cry and say all these people don't want that, they don't want to do nothing.
So let me
say something.
All right.
I wanna say one thing.
Is there a way I can get a word in edgewise? Or
Yeah. Wait a minute. Ray J and y'all mute up so Greg can talk, and let's pull Queen in.
All right.
Okay. You say your target is to outreach to communities and to build housing. As a matter of fact, the United States federal government has underfunded tenant-based rental assistance and project-based rental assistance, as well as Section 202 and 811, by several $100 billion. Not only that, they've removed any kind of like assistance that people need for infectious disease, substance abuse, mental health. Pennsylvania has itself lost $500 million in assistance for disease monitoring as well as other things. And as far as, and this is according to the National Center for Disease Control, Pennsylvania Wharton's budget school, and according to the National Low Income National Low Income Housing Assistance Center or Housing Coalition. So what the federal government is doing and what Trump is doing right now is against your interests with respect to what you stated you wanted to do earlier. Not only that, I mean, with respect to what you said, Walk, Doge has not yet found a credible receipt. And if they had, they should bring that to the federal government, to the Congress, because since they own both the House and the Senate, they shouldn't be scared of bringing it before committee.
I disagree.
Okay, and that's something that they have.
Let me say something. Let me say something.
I disagree, Greg.
Walk, let me say something.
Well, why haven't they brought it in front of committee? If they did that, it would be reviewed by Congress.
Well, are you a
Congress
white man?
Congress, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Okay, well then you don't know what you're talking about half the time.
I'm looking at statistics, ma'am. I'm looking at.
Look at all the statistics that
Let me say
Walker, hold up. Walker, continue sharing what you understand, okay? Because you're doing a great job. Let's not, the white black thing, okay? But hold up. Right, I understand because that's where I'm at too. But look, Walker, I just want to share this. I want Walker, hold up for a minute, please. Well, I got glasses on. Look, I don't have my readers on.
White people don't know the whole truth.
But see,
they really don't. You can never get a straight story out of white people.
You gotta say why.
It's not. Keep in mind, it's not about them. I can't look. Look. I love what you're saying. Listen, for me, please. I love what you're saying. Keep in mind, I'm a human rights advocate. I do not play when it comes to the constitutional rights. Okay. Now.
Can you prove anything that I said wrong?
My God.
No, I'm not going to prove you. I'm not going to prove you wrong, because however you wait a minute, Ray. However you see things, that's fine. I just don't see what you see. And guess what? I'm not. Hold up, Greg. Hold up. I can only share from a point of where I'm at in Baltimore City and how I deal with things here. But now, wherever Ray J, wherever Walk, I'm gonna get ready to jack your name up. But wherever they at and they see what they see, say it again. Come on, Queen. Okay, Walk. Okay.
It's
Now,
not the same way in every state. Every state
right.
is experiencing
Right.
something different.
Right.
I
And
live 20 miles south of Baltimore, and my wife is from there. So
wait a minute, all right. I don't mean to cut y'all off like that, but I have to do this. Mute up so Queen can go ahead and talk, please.
Okay, well, one thing I wanted to say is white people are not experiencing anything that the black people are experiencing. That's the reason why we can't never come to an agreement, because they'll never see it the way we see it.
White people do experience the same re-experience. They're just hiding it.
Queen.
The only thing about black people is black people know how to get out of it. White people really don't know how to get out of it. And by the end of all of this, they're going to see this hiding it is kind of dumb.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, Trump is not going to hurt black people at the end of the day. We survived in the Great Depression, and we made a lot of things where we had nothing to something. But you saw corruption. Are you aware that if somebody associated with us is stealing money from everybody at this moment?
And see, wait a minute, Mr. Truth. And see, everything Queen is sharing is absolutely 100% right. So I don't want her to think what she's saying is wrong. It's just the way I come, Queen. We already know what it is, right? So it's like you have to go around it. You know what I mean? And come up with solutions and ways and means to move our people forward.
My name might be Queenish, but
Queenish.
I am a boy, but it is Zeta.
I know who you is. I hear your voice. We be on a lot of platforms together. I know who you is.
Let me. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, so
Yeah, wait a minute, Mr. Come on, wait a minute, y'all. Excuse me for a minute. I know who you is, Extreme. I'm trying. Look, you got so many goddamn names. Hey, KJ, chill. You gonna get dropped. Ah, you gonna get dropped.
You wasting our time.
Yeah, you gonna get dropped. I'm not for that. But now look, because I wasn't going to come on, y'all. I just wanted to share a little bit about a statement that was made earlier. Because number one, I'm a warrior. And once I realized that our politicians, and God forgive me, is full of shit, I got disappointed. And that's who I fight against, like Ray J was saying and Walker saying. We fighting against the corruption, the corrupt ones that design programs to actually harm the people more. That's why I said thank you, Miss Lady. I gotta call you Queen. Because everything you shared, I'm glad to hear it because I know you see it from another level, but you speak in my language. And the same with Ray J and you too, Greg. Let me share this with you, Greg. I had a phone call, right, with one of my business partners, and I'm saying this to you, Danielle, as well. She's on my other live stream. He called me and told me, he said, Steve, I need us to partner up. This man has one of the biggest construction companies in Baltimore City where they do heavy duty equipment stuff. And he's willing to train as well. So that's one of the reasons why I want us to come together so we can train and educate our and I'm talking about financially wise, our financial people where they can make a living trade wise. Well, anyway, I'm sorry, because I'll give a whole story and I'm trying to keep it short. He called me and this is what he said. He said, Steve, I want us to team up. I said, no problem, because he already know what I do with the rehabbing and revitalizing houses in Baltimore City. I'm talking about communities wise, right? He's already doing it. But he told me this, Greg. He said the city, he found land and stuff. The city will not give him approval to work on it. He said, I don't need their money. And I know he don't. He said, I don't need their money. I got my own. He said, I want you to come and join me because you know them better than me. I need you to talk to him. I said, okay. Because guess what?
What's up?
Not just him. I got a billionaire. Told me get my credit score up to 620. Now, I want blocks from him. I want blocks, not one house. I want blocks. But then I said, oops, maybe I need to start with one house because that's my transitional, temporary to permanent, right? So, okay, 620. He's going to redesign the house the way I want it. Told me you can get 5 beds in the master bedroom. I said, okay, that'll start my transitional thing out. Right now, I got a building. I'm just waiting for her to say, here go the keys. Where I will be housing women and children, and women on the 2nd floor, men on the 3rd floor, and people with disabilities, because we got a ramp that you come up in on the 1st floor, men. Putting cameras in there, getting the elevator fixed. This is what I told the lady. If I come in there with my housing program, I got to make sure everything running right. I just need a place, Walker, to help our less fortunate people. So we got a whole freaking team. And this is one of my, on my other platform, is one of my, she does work in the community, feeding the homeless. She does a lot of stuff what I do, but we teaming up together because guess what? This is bigger than me. And it's bigger than any politician. Come on, Walker. I'm sorry. Come on.
Let me say something because I got to drop off.
Other people speak. I forgot.
Let me say something. I got to drop off. Later, Steve. I gotta go. Actually, this was.
All right. Wait a minute. Extreme. I apologize. I was letting them go ahead and talk, and I was gonna call you, but yeah. Come on back when you can.
All right, man. Take it easy, brother.
All right.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Let me say something. I gotta drop off too.
All right. Come on, Ray.
Yeah, what I was saying, man, I appreciate you. Because what I heard earlier is like, you know, rich people ain't bad, And I don't usually say this because you never know how people are. I feel like there's a lot of atheists. I'm gonna be straight up.
Right.
But when you fear God, right? When you fear God, if you're rich and you fear God, they're not bad people. You know, you're gonna put your money to where your community needs it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So that's what you need is people with money that represent you in good faith. And so even you, what you're doing, right? So this is what I say. I wouldn't even worry because, like, if you are pure, that's what you're going to attract to. So right. People with money, you're pure, you're going to find people that are the same way too. And that's what's going to really help. Not this, Trump and blah, blah,
right.
blah. That's how I really feel. I've been on a lot of these lives and then, you know, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, people ain't bad. You just got to have real people that will represent your own community in a good way, not try like make a buck and then move on, you know? But all right, man.
The reason
I appreciate you.
Thanks, Ray. Ray J.
This country can't get anywhere. The reason why this country can't get anywhere is because they refuse to let go of treating people like slaves.
Yeah.
That's why this country can't get anywhere. It's antiquated. It's old. I mean, keeping people in bondage. Look at America. If you go to Detroit and a bunch of other different states, there's whole cities after city after city in all the different states that are run down, abandoned. I mean, all over this country. This is a third world country based upon what all these other countries is looking like, and they've been lying to us the whole time. Putting us all around.
The biggest thing on what you were saying, what helped this country, they let black people actually have more rights than they do. Because black people in themselves, like I said, we know how to build stuff, we know how to do stuff, but then at the end of the day, I don't think we shouldn't even be with white tea people, a lot of white tea people. I think we should start building our own cities and our own name and start moving our own way.
They ain't gonna do nothing but burn them down.
Hey.
Actually, let me say this to that. Come on up, OG. Let me say this to that. I live right here near Morgan.
People are horrible.
Wait a minute.
I'm not talking about all of them, but the majority of them, they're horrible.
Right.
They don't want nobody. They don't want it. What's going on with them is that they refuse to grow up. They stay in their toddler, childhood, teenage behavior, and they don't want nobody to have anything. And as soon as somebody gets something or play with, they want to go and start knocking stuff out of your hand and tearing things up. They don't want nobody to have nothing but them. And I mean, we're dealing with a whole world, but yet still they don't want nobody to have anything.
Right.
And then they be sacrificing their own goddamn people, and now YT people are finally waking up. That's why they out there. Some of them marching in the street because they see what the government is all about.
And see, let me what I'm trying to help people to do. Wait a minute, Queen. I got you, Queen. What I'm trying to help people to see, right? Once again, I'm gonna do this. We already know the crisis that's happening. We already know the problem. Now, reason why I'm saying that, when I said I live over here near Morgan, that is Baltimore City. But I am not in the hood part of Baltimore City. So where I'm at, we got security because it's over near the college. I remember when the police used to walk in the streets and the blocks and stuff. We can get all of that back in the inner city because that's where we at. We got a gated community over there that we're going to start building back up in. I'm going to put security at the front where just anybody can come in. So now, listen to what I said. Queen, we know the issue. We know the problem. But now we have to come with like intervention. solutions. You know what I mean? Of slowing things down. You know, some stuff we're going to get rid of. We'll stop. That's what I mean. But some stuff is just going to go on. You know, but we can slow it down some. So that's what I'm trying to get people to focus more on. We already know what's going on. So let's try our best to not to stay in, you know, the problem.
Well, people, it got to be called out.
Right, right.
Me tell your black friends, tell them black person saying this. Tell them not to go outside and protest with them. You know, if anything goes down, just let it happen. Because we can't do nothing right now. What Trump and all says.
Well, I disagree.
Why can't we do anything? Why can't we do anything?
Then we go outside. He's going to call martial law.
No, hold up. Hold up, Queen. Hold up. Come on, OG.
I'm wondering why we can't do that, because, I mean, just because Trump's in office, that don't mean nothing. We're still going to build up the community regardless, if he's in there or not.
Well, the community doesn't not go out there and protest.
Watch. You know, there's plenty of people out here protesting now, and they can't do anything. As long as it's a peaceful protest, they can't do anything to us. So, I mean, that's just all there is to it. Now, once you start to riot, then martial law can kick in, but most people are trying not to do that. They're trying to do a peaceful protest.
But they wasting their
to
time.
get their point across.
They're
You
wasting
think so?
No. Remember I told y'all. Wayman Cam. Remember I told y'all I am a community activist. I am a community organizer. And let me share with y'all what a community organizer do. If your community is full of smugs and all that type of stuff, and we have a meeting for you, it's to come into your community to help you gain control back over your community. So never say what we can't do, because we can. Some of my topics are safety in the war zone, harm reduction in the community of color. So I know what we can do. It's just getting everybody to, and which walk, you know, everybody ain't gonna come together. I'm just saying. But to get people to come together to take control back over your community. That's your housing. That's where you live at. That's where you function at. Those are your kids out there, your grandkids, your sons, your daughters acting like children. So if you can't do it by yourself, that's where the village come together. And if I didn't think it would work, I wouldn't be doing it.
Stephanie, can we hear Cam? Because she's been up here for a very long time and haven't said a word.
That's my son. That's my son. You want to hear him? Watch him. Come on, son.
Yeah. So basically what y'all talk about, I just been sitting here listening, because what y'all saying, just like Queen said, she said Trump or protest. I mean, just because people will protest don't mean our word won't get through.
You hear him? He's 14 years old.
Like,
well, I think at this point, Trump is draining the swamp, and I'm glad that he's draining that goddamn swamp, because it was bad.
He's filling it, and he's adding alligators.
Well, that's okay. But at least he drained that goddamn. And one thing that would make me so mad about the Democratic Party is that the fact that they say that they always talking about democracy. And I'm talking about from a black woman's point of view, not from anybody else's point of view. The reason why I'm so against them is because, okay, the majority rules. Democracy, the majority rules. And so who has been the majority? The YT people. And they've been up there scamming all forms of the government. And why do you think that they're out there marching on the streets throughout the United States? It's because Trump has took all of their bull crap away from them, and they're pissed off and they're mad about it. Just like with DEI. How did it benefit black people?
So you're saying,
what?
One moment. So you're saying that him violating the First Amendment of several people in the United States by deporting them because they, in his opinion,
I'm not talking about
hold on, in his opinion, participated in illegal protests, of which there is no such thing.
Okay, well,
Also violating the 5th and 14th Amendment rights of people by deporting people within the United States who have the right to due process simply by being here.
okay, can I answer that? I want to tell you like this, Greg. We are definitely in wartime. Okay? We're in wartime. We're not in peacetime. And so when you're in wartime, don't you expect for the borders to be shut down?
That's how some of them is. They just so busy running off at their mouth.
Okay? And so
when was war declared against you?
Is that I'm not on no immigration shit. I live in a state.
Greg, wait a minute, Walker. Wait a minute, Greg and Walker. I want to introduce y'all to Cam West. He's a 14-year-old boy. He's a kid. I'm sorry. Hold up. This is my couch conversation show. Who's going to get me in trouble?
There's thousands of people watching us right now.
I have a teen talk show as well. Who's going to get me in trouble? Who's going to get me in trouble? I have my own broadcast network. Who's going to get me in trouble? He's part of my team. He's part of my team. Now, OG is my business partner. See, listen, because you have people that's working together to put stuff together. Sometimes you have to listen. I got one of my board of directors on my live stream broadcasting, listening to you, to 6 other platforms. They are saying you won't listen because you keep talking.
So there's no, okay, so you're telling me that TikTok allows minors on the live stream now?
TikTok, my live stream is my business. It's not the type of live stream that most people do. This is promoting and advertising the work we do. Mine's is business. Come on, Greg.
Can I quickly say something?
Come on, Queen.
Wes is right now 18 years old. Let's help you out, hoes.
Right. Now, look. Let me tell you why I did that. I did that to avoid childish behaviors. If you coming up and you talking like you have sense, you are very welcome. While I'm talking to you, TikTok is looking me right dead in my face. Know why? Because I am an activist. And when I come on, not just TikTok, Facebook too. Because I speak against a lot of the stuff that a lot of people are afraid of. And I had to talk to TikTok to let them know I'm not on here to start no like revolutionary war, nothing like that. I'm a community activist. I'm a community outreach coordinator. I'm a homeless advocate. My goal is to encourage and motivate other people in other cities that need like networking. So guess what? They have not, since I talked to them the way I'm talking to y'all, marked me for anything. That's why I have to watch the way I do what I do when I do it on TikTok. But when it comes to my regular live stream broadcast, no.
Question, Steven, what's your Facebook?
My first and last, Stephen Copeland, 909 at yahoo.com. And if you look up my name, Queen, just follow me because on my Restream podcast, I can get 10 people up. So I got a team that's going to produce all the shows and everything. So you're welcome if they shut TikTok down. You're very welcome to come over because I know you do your own things from time to time too, to get a slot.
I'm on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. Come on.
Yeah, I'm on there too.
Okay.
Yoki, the same account that was up here last time, the same last name, my last name, you know, Yoki TV 848.
Yeah, that's why.
No, I was just looking out for you.
No, I know, Queen. I was getting ready to wait a minute. I was getting ready to let you know. Basically, I understand what you were saying. And be honest, that's one of the reasons why I don't really like doing nothing on TikTok because it's so limited. And I know they violating a lot of people's rights, First Amendment rights. So that was one of the reasons why I talked to them. Because one day I came on before I even opened up my mouth. Yeah. When I came on, I ain't even opened up my mouth. They sent me a warning. I said, oh, no, you won't. No, you will not. Because number one, I see they watching me. Like I said right now, they're looking. I know that on my Facebook page, they're looking. I done been, so many people tell me some of my stuff is blocked where they tried to send me messages in and they wouldn't let them. But now, because of what I'm doing now, a lot of people starting to tune back in more. Because one, when you speak against what is right, and the only person I can use as a prime example for y'all, listen to Jasmine Crockett. They calling her all kinds of names, but she is representing the people, not her political, perspective. She's protecting the people with understanding their rights and everything, but she's going against her own comrades. People can't see it because they too blind. I call her the version of me. I mean, the female version of me. I said the version. Yeah, come on, Greg.
Jasmine Crockett is my favorite senator. I mean,
Yeah.
not senator, a congressman. Why? How is she going against the Democratic Party? She's actually going with them.
Well, she's with them. Yeah, she's with them. But keep in mind, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, there's certain laws that they create that your partners might not like. Now, if it's for helping the people, we got your back. If it's for hurting the people, we coming for you. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat.
Let me say.
Come on, Greg.
A couple of things. First off, billionaires are not your friends. Okay, typically when the corporate taxes are decreased, they don't reinvest it into the company. They don't reinvest it into their employees. They pocket that money. The only way that they can, I can show my receipts, Walk. The only way that they are forced to actually reinvest is by raising the corporate taxes, because that forces them to reinvest in order to write that off on their corporate taxes. Okay, that's one thing. Trickle-down economics is an experiment that we started 40 years ago with Ronald Reagan. It does not work. Okay, here's the other thing, Walk, and this is directed at you. How is it that numbers and statistics can be biased? Numbers don't lie.
You really
Numbers are not open to interpretation, at least not the ones that I quoted earlier. So when you say I don't look at things the same way you do, there is no other way to interpret these numbers than what I'm talking about. And let me say this, Stefan, I admire what you're doing. I live 20 miles south of Baltimore. My wife is from southern Baltimore, so I understand that there's a lot of abandoned properties up there. There's a lot of rehabilitation that needs to happen. And if you can get that done, more power to you, man, because that's an awesome thing to do, because people in Baltimore need your help. But what I was trying to say earlier is that working with, at least having someone in office who does not cut the federal budget for housing and stuff like that would work towards your interests. And I don't understand how, I do understand, like I said before, it is your protected right not to vote, or to vote for whoever you wish. Nobody can fault you on that. But if you vote, if the person in office is not funding the programs that would help the people of Baltimore, that kind of I don't understand.
Well, can I tell you?
That's the key. That's the point, Walk. I'm sorry. Everything he just said, because a lot of them are not trying to fund the Look how they talking about cutting them out. It's the poor people now that need their help the most. So somebody was talking about the liberals earlier, and I deal with a lot of them that's conservative. They responsible, they productive, but it's all about them. When I hear you talk about you as far as how it benefits you, that's understandable. But what about the people that really need their help the most?
Well, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want you guys to hear me when I say this. let's say, for example, each one of us up here is not in the same, living in the same state. We're all living in different states. Here in California, I live in the LA County. Okay? And please let me get this out. My vote does not count. I live in a sanctuary state, and Sanctuary County, there's not hardly any black people here. When it comes to schooling, we're being pushed out of the schools because there's so many people here that should not be here. We're being pushed out into the streets, homeless, because they're giving the housing to people. They're just out here just running amok out here. And like I tell everybody when I do come on this platform, you can look it up on the line when they had the city council members, 3 of them had to resign because they got caught on a tape recorder in a room talking about how they were redlining the black communities and how they was what they were doing, putting the money over to where their community was, and all the horrible crap that they was doing. They got caught on. It was a big scandal out here. Our vote don't count out here anymore. I don't give a damn where I go, how much I speak, how much I vote. I'm not voting for any of these people out here to be able to get into office when they not gonna do nothing but turn around and spit on me and keep me homeless in the street and keep me with nothing and keep me begging and keep me in a position where they stealing from me. So I wish that you guys would knock that off because everybody's state is not the same. It's all different. And white people cannot speak on black issues for the mere reason that you're not going through the same exact thing that I'm going through.
Okay, let me interrupt you. Let me interrupt you real quick.
That's a white man.
Me personally,
What, but Walker, that's a white man right there. That's a white man.
You know what? I'm gonna get there. You can't get from a damn thing.
That's a white man you talking, you speaking to as well.
A white man's point of view now?
You know what? Hell no, I don't want to hear a white man's point of view. I already know your point of view. Your point of view is
no, you don't.
That's what your point of view is.
No, you don't.
And I'm not going to get off the line because I'm not going to agree with these people.
That's my business partner.
The white voice is trying to stand up. Because all you're doing is arguing with yourself. That's all you're doing. You don't want to hear shit that nobody's trying to tell you. That's all that is. And I can't deal with the negativity. I'm a negative person. I'm the most positive person you'll ever be.
Danielle, that's me.
My point of view,
OG, that's me.
As everybody else is. I'm in a very low income housing. I don't want to be here, to be honest with you. And I'm a white T-man. So you can't sit here and tell me that the black folks are the only ones that's having problems. No. We having the same problems. We the people. So it's not a race issue here. It's not a race issue here. Get that out your head. OG, it's never about. Come on.
Come on, Cam.
She's talking about the people she knows. Not every black person. There's black people that are financially stable. I know black people that are so rich, and she said black people. She wasn't just talking about her community. She talked about every black person. OG, he's white, right? There's white people that are not financially stable. There's white people that are rich, billionaires, all types of stuff. But all races can struggle.
All races do, Cam. You correct.
Black people can struggle.
You correct. Come on.
Even what Gable talking about, he's 100% right. I learned this in school. I just be sitting back watching because it gives me more power to be able to speak and help people. From my point of view, I mean, I'm financially stable. I'm living in a house that I'm in, but I'm just thankful that I still have a roof over my head. That's what she was just talking. She didn't hear nothing that anyone else heard. She was just saying what
she didn't want to hear it.
I want Cam to host the Team Talk show on Saturdays. I want him to be one of the hosts.
Up on this panel, you got to learn how to listen.
I talk with his mother and everything.
You know, that's
so
the thing.
When we start doing our live broadcast, I want him to be one that come in, like on the do a Saturday
I'm going
segment.
through struggles right now, okay? But with me, I'm teaming up with the
We
right
got this,
person
girl.
at
I'm
the
telling
right
you, we got
time
this.
in order to do what we need to do for our communities. Okay, my whole point of being with Mr. Copeland is to build up our communities. Don't matter what state it is, because I'm coming to every state, and if I got to start a program, I'll start a program.
And wait a minute, Greg, before you go, send me a follower. Since you're real close to me, I might need to reach out to you, Greg.
Sure.
Because I love your info. I love your info. Come on.
I already do follow you. The only thing I gotta say is, all right, a little bit of information about me. Okay, I live south of Baltimore. I am from Maryland, born and raised. Not at all tokenizing. I'm just saying. My wife is African American. She is from South Baltimore. She understands what it is like in Baltimore. No white person anywhere can have the experience of a black person in America. That is just the truth. Period.
This is right.
Can't happen. Can't be done. Okay. All I can do.
But now, Greg,
can
I tell you something?
Wait a minute.
Come on.
All I can do.
Come on.
Is hear what black people have to say. And I have learned both from my spouse and from others to sit down, shut up, and listen, and keep my ears open. But the thing that I was trying to tell Walk was certain facts are objective. Okay. And what is going on in Baltimore with respect to housing, the housing crisis that's happening in Baltimore, the abandoned homes, the properties that are in very, very poor condition, the number of homeless people who need help in Baltimore is objective. Okay? And that's the point I was trying to make. I wasn't trying to, for her to discount my point of view because I happen to be white, which is not something that I can help, obviously. I mean, I was born this way. There's nothing I can do about it. But I am also one of these people that believes, people say white people are inherently racist. We are, and I'm going to tell you why. Because we were born into a society that does not judge us by the color of our skin.
I like that.
Okay? We just are. And it is a lifelong journey to get rid of that tendency. I've done it. I'm still doing it. And I will continue to do it for the rest of my life. Okay? My life has been spent fighting for people who are less fortunate than I am, because I realize just how fortunate I have been. Okay, you read my profile, you see I'm a computer scientist.
Ooh.
Mommy and Daddy sent me to school. Okay?
Ooh.
Mommy and Daddy sent me to school. Okay? That is privilege. I understand that. Other people don't have that. All right? And the key to solving the problems in this country is helping to fix poverty.
Wait a minute, Greg. I got to cut you for a minute. Is you willing to train?
Am I willing to what?
Is you willing to train with computer science?
I can teach people how to program, probably, but I'm not a professor. I mean,
okay.
I am a PhD, but I didn't train to. But I can. Sure, I can.
Wait a minute. Watch this. OG, tell him why I said that.
The only reason why he's asking is if you're willing to train is because I'm from Michigan, okay? So I'm bringing two companies into one to help open up a vocational school.
Okay.
Where we take the community and we train them for a job. So this is why he asked if you would be willing to train and certify people to help the community out in Baltimore.
Absolutely. I've taught before. I did it when I was, earlier in my career. Earlier in my college career as a tutor. I can do it. No problem.
Because in the building, we're going to have classes. That's all. Come on. Come on, OG.
Yeah, man, I would be.
Here's the other little thing. But now here's the other little thing about me. I'm actually half YT and half BLK.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually get both of them. So I can actually understand where the YT people are coming from. And I can actually understand where the BLKs are coming from. Because I have that knowledge to know, and because I am that color also. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, color's not an issue for me. It's giving back to the community is what matters to me the most. And if I'm willing to travel from Michigan to go to Baltimore City to help out Baltimore, trust me, Baltimore is going to come to Michigan to help Michigan out too.
I was going to say,
I had that man right there. I have a team behind me. Okay. So anything that I need while I'm there or while I'm here, all I got to do is just make a phone call or call a business meeting and say, hey, look, this is what's getting ready to happen. I need some help up here in Michigan. Can y'all fly over here or something so I can run the idea by y'all?
You know,
This is what we're
Women, Queenish.
Come on.
Detail, I have a plan for Michigan or Detroit. And mostly, my plan would be building up the black community, making it like Las Vegas, if we can have.
This is go ahead, keep talking. I'm talking to somebody on my restream broadcast. Danielle, go ahead. Danielle, this is how we're gonna have some of our like board meetings and stuff.
I sent you my number on DM, okay?
All right, thank you. Because
on DM.
Because we're gonna need you. Come on.
You can share it with D-Town because I would be absolutely glad to help, because if I can help make Baltimore a better place, that helps my state and a city that's near and dear to my heart for very many reasons. So I'm just saying that. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Queen.
No.
Yuki, go ahead.
And look.
I do have an idea for Detroit. It's mainly rebuilding it, like how Las Vegas or niggas like that is, but black people are leading it. Black people make it.
See, OG might not be able to come to Baltimore as much, so we're gonna be doing. Go ahead, keep talking, Queen. We're gonna be doing Zooms and stuff like that, but he'll be in because he's part of the board and everything.
I'm in Detroit. It's time for black people to come there. It's the rap scene there now. A big one. So it's Eminem. I mean, you have a big ally in Detroit that will be wanting to rebuild Detroit.
Okay, so here's the thing, though.
Okay.
Where I'm at, I'm actually I'm gonna actually do this, and I'm gonna see if y'all really know where I'm at. I am actually in the very first location that African Americans owned back from the 1912s to the 1960s. Okay? Now, this is a segregated spot at that point in time. This was only for BLK residents and people. Okay, I'm in Idlewild. If anyone has ever heard of Idlewild, Michigan, that's the township. That's the town where blacks created their own community up here, because we were not allowed to go to Belle Isle or to go to any other parks or state parks or whatever. So
they created it up here for them. So my ideal is to take that same energy that I'm getting ready to put into Baltimore and bring it to my community where I'm at, doing the low-income housing, building them up, putting people in them, getting these people out of the forest and out of the woods and putting them in some place where they're safe, because a lot of these people are not making it to the next day because they're out in the woods. Out here we have bobcats, we have cougars, we have lions, we have bears. I mean, come on, we pretty much have almost any wildlife you can think of up here. So that's my plan for up here. Detroit has their plan for them, but my plan is to help wherever I'm needed. So if I'm needed in Baltimore, in Baltimore City, then that's where I'm on my way to first, because they need the help right now, and I'm willing to travel and train. So you're getting two companies coming out of Michigan, coming to help out another community that needs the help. They reached out to me. I didn't reach out to them. They reached out to me. And now that they've reached out to me, I have 6 other places I have to open up at now. So we're trying to see what Baltimore City is going to be like first. Because if Baltimore City is going to be the perfect spot for us to start, then let's start there and do one community at a time while we're there. Let's help out as many people as we can.
I want to ask.
Regardless. Come on.
Can y'all?
Come on.
I would like to learn for y'all to learn how can I know how to reach out to my community. It's just I want to learn how to like build up the community. My city in itself doesn't really help, but there are cities in Georgia that need help. Not that much, like other cities that north, y'all need much more help than we do in the South. That you come from Alabama.
I'm actually coming to Georgia. I'm actually coming to New Orleans, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, Baltimore City, Pennsylvania, and Texas.
No, I'm listening to them.
Hey, Stephen.
Now,
I gotta drop.
Okay.
1 second. I gotta drop because I have to make a phone call and then I have to go mod for a friend of mine for a little while.
Okay.
But I just wanted to say it's been a real pleasure. I sent you my number. You can share it with OG and anyone else you think is relevant. But it's, let's put it like this. I learned a lot actually from, what's her name, who was up here from Walk.
Right.
So, I mean, if only to understand what her experience was, you know what I'm saying? And how she feels, So, but yeah, I mean, it's been a pleasure talking to y'all. Okay.
And look, we definitely, because you in trouble now, we definitely gonna talk more. I'm gonna pluck your nerves. Greg, I need you. Hey Greg, I like having fun too. And then wait, yeah. And let me tell you this, Greg, because I know you get ready to go. OG is my mindset twin. Whatever, look, he already know what to say before I even put it out. That's why I say go OG, because he gonna tell you, he gonna explain it to you anyway. But look, I feel like, long as my goal is our vocationary, what I mean, apprenticeship programs and stuff. I have to line people up where once they come into the housing program, they can be taught, to move away from a simple, plain job to a career-minded job, professional job. And Cam, and I wanted him to say something right before Walker left. I started a team talk show too. It's called Be More's Real Team Talk Show. So Cam is one of I get ready to say Pete guys. Cam is one of the persons that I want to host a Saturday where he can come up with a topic, he can reach the youth and stuff like that. So I talked with his mother, so she kind of got a little understanding, and Cam does too. That's why I brought Cam up, because I feel like Cam is a part of that team as well when it comes to the Teen Talk show, as far as embracing our children. And the goal is to open up a multi-purpose center too, Greg, with music, art, theater, dance, and all that. So I'll feed you more when you have time.
All right, man. Yeah.
All right, Greg, can I ask you a question?
Come on.
Greg, I can ask you a question. You like tea?
Yeah.
And y'all gonna stop asking people that on my platform, because I wouldn't care if he's Japanese.
How long and you didn't know that?
What?
This has known me for like 6 months or more, and he didn't know I was.
I thought you
can't tell.
What's up, Miss Mo? Look.
Probably the Baltimore in me. That's probably why you hear a little bit of that, but yeah, no.
Now, Jim, I'm 19 years old. I'm like 5 years older than you.
And Queen is a very intelligent young man too. Very, very intelligent. You know, and see, when I hear them, when I look at our youth, right, and I'm like, they have good talking points for our young people, because the ones that's living kind of rugged, they can help push them in a more positive direction because they understand their language, you know, where they at. That's why I have to set that the Teen Talk show up as well. But Yellow Stream, when you're ready to drop, Greg, it's fine. Yellow Garden Studios is the one that's going to be producing our shows on my live stream, or we're going to jump on theirs, because the goal is to go out with it to other countries as well about what we're doing here.
Question.
Come on.
You said Neverland?
Say that again.
You said Neverland?
Neverland? The Yellow Gardens Studio.
Oh, I was asking. There's a streaming platform that is like run by YouTubers. That it's like educational YouTubers. When you have like projects that need more money for it, you can also throw content on there or get a contract with them, throw content there.
All right, cause look, Queen, that sounds awesome. But look, let me share this with you too. It's a guy named Maurice Thompson out of Yonkers, New York. He has about 8 in the United States, 8 like Teen Talk shows where he worked with the youth from like 18 to 24, I think. I was just looking at his age group because mine is a little bit younger. Now, what he do, because he's an actor, he know a lot of actors, he know a lot of people where you can get them into that profession, like singing, rapping, acting. Actually, I reached out to him some years ago to ask him, will he come to Baltimore City and help me set up a program like his? He told me, yeah. So that's the one that inspired the inspiration for the Teen Talk show, right? Because that's what he had. Say that again.
What is information?
Say it again, Queen.
I'm trying to make a label in my city.
Right.
I would love to know how to do it.
Well, see, that's why I wanted to tell you this. I was going to tell OG to let you know. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5, OG does a talk show for men basically only, except for Mondays. On Mondays, we do Mental Health Monday. That can be women, all of us just talking, you know, and then we have like a psychiatrist on there. We have a therapist on there. If you're going through something, we'll give you like 3 minutes or 4 minutes to just talk about where you at and what's going on without being interrupted, so you can get it off you. And then the therapist or the, you know, say PRP, we might have somebody that can encourage you and motivate you, at least to help you get out of that space. That's what we do on Mondays. On Wednesdays, we do the Men Truth Talk, right? Where you just talk about where you at.
It's Men's Honest.
Oh, Men Honest?
Honest Wednesdays.
So what's the difference between truth and honest? What's the difference between truth and honest?
And nothing, but I mean it's just the wording that I like better.
Well,
men's honest Wednesdays, where men can get together, take their shoes off, and just talk or listen or whatever the case may be. This is the platform that he's trying to explain that this is what we do.
Hey,
OG.
We
sit down, we take the man.
OG.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Because I'm older than you. Because I'm older than you, and I forget stuff. You feel like you need to correct me, right? Because I'm older than you. So you have no respect for the old man.
I'm muting it up. No, I'm muted up. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's how him and I play, yo. Cause look, he know I will forget the name quick. If I don't write it down, I'm gonna forget it. But yeah, on Wednesday we do, what is it called again? I know it's for the men. And then on Fridays, right, we do wait a minute, OG, I gotta think of it. We do men business talk, something like that. Correct it, OG. Correct.
Men creating business. It's men creating business on Friday.
And see, I have to write that down. Because if I don't write it down, I twist it. Yeah, but look, that's what I love about OG. OG, look, we kicks it, y'all. We kicks it. But this is a platform that OG started. Me and OG talked about, setting it up and how we, look, it's awesome. So I'm only saying this because, like, on Mondays, if you're not doing anything, come on over from 5 to 7. On Wednesdays, it's just the men, 5 to 7. On Fridays, it will be just the men because we're only going to do it for about 2 hours. But the women in business, we're going to leave a half an hour for all of us to talk. Did I say it right, OG?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
You did.
Okay.
You did.
So I'm proud of them. Now, look, on top of that, what I told OG, like, I'm on my Restream now, my Restream Live, which this is broadcasting to YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, 3 of my Facebooks. My main Facebook's queen, that's Stephen Copeland 909 at yahoo.com. If you go on there, you'll see this live. I restream to like 6 others. Huh?
What's your YouTube? I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, my YouTube. Look up the couch conversation. Just look up the couch conversation.
Oh wait, where's my controller at?
Yeah, I'm trying to make it simple for you.
Streaming right now live.
Yeah. Well, we streaming on TikTok right here, but this is where I'm at too. You see that? Can you see my plus OG? Guess what? My laptop ready. My laptop ready, OG. Everybody got to get a laptop too.
Do you have an agent?
Actually, I've been my own, but no, I'm putting together all of that where I can hand everything over to everybody else. It's just whatever your position is, your job. Say like that's your business to promote and advertise, promote. The goal is, I've been doing everything myself, but the goal is to find a business that will do it for us. What's up, Pat Bishop? Hey, Apostle.
If you have an agent, I would tell you to use a link code. You could just connect your TikTok to your Restream.
My TikTok? I don't want TikTok on my Restream. Because I did try to put them in, but the way they work, I don't want them in there. Because
well, we're gonna have to have them in there because of me.
No.
We're gonna have to have TikTok in because of me.
You're gonna have to have about 7 more subscribers to do that. 7,000 more subscribers, though. Because you gotta have 10 subscribers on your own. But with the agents, you don't have to have that amount of subscribers to just give you that benefit.
Listen to what I just said. I have my own broadcast network. I just didn't embed TikTok into it. I'm talking with TikTok over here on my phone. On my iPad, I'm streaming as well. So I'm streaming on I'm streaming already to 7 different platforms while I'm talking to y'all. This makes 8 over here. So I'm live streaming more to other, it's like I live stream around the world. Like people can see me in California, they can see me in Texas, they can see me in Africa. My son, Maxwell, he's in Africa. He was just on my live stream over here, on my regular social media live stream. So I have my own network. It's just now getting it syndicated. So what I was telling you, OG, if TikTok goes down anyway, you would be live streaming onto my platform. I am going to start the same section there. Once I'm able to find somebody that know how to put everything in. I just don't know how to embed it in myself. I just need somebody else to do it. So now,
well, even if TikTok does go down, like I said, I can live stream from Insta if I need to.
Yeah, you
still do the same thing that I'm doing.
Right, you can. But see, my goal, once I get somebody to do it, is where we will be on a broader like network. You know, where we stream into multiple places. Not just that. I'm trying to add the TV into it too.
I can help you with that.
See, that's what I need. Because I don't know how to do it all by myself. Now, I don't want to keep paying for all these other like subscriptions with certain companies. Now, if Yellow Garden Studio have her own, or is she going to embed mine into her stuff? That's what I need. Because now we'll have somebody to produce the show. You know, where to look more professional, where to seem more professional. Now we're going to have to watch out who we allow on our show. Because if you come up talking crazy, it's like, no. So this is not let me go over TikTok and make me a lot of money off of people pain and suffering. Because I know what they're doing. That's why they love the chaos and the confusion. And I choose not to be a part of that anymore. If I can't come in and bring something positive, I'm going to back up. No use for me to be there. I ain't for all that chaos and confusion and that yelling and screaming. I'm not for it. I scream enough myself. So I don't need to be sitting up there. That's just the way I talk when I talk. But the goal is for this to, for my talk shows, I'm looking at like a Oprah Winfrey. I'm looking at like Donahue. I'm looking at how they broadcast their shows for about an hour, but they have a production team. That's what Yellow Gardens will produce for strengthening, well, for the couch conversation show, and we will do it for the teen talk show, and we will do it. I apologize, OG, because I know you sent me your information. And see, what I have a tendency of doing, I will broadcast your stuff. When I know you're part of what I'm doing, see, I got to get somebody to operate like my web page, my Google page, all that. So I won't have to be trying to do it myself. I just need a team lined up. And I have a lady that says she does that. That's on, I have her number and everything. So when that time come, Danielle, when that time come for me to bring her in to do this, that's how I'm gonna do it. Because I have to take it a step at a time. And it's like putting that puzzle together. So when it's time for her to come in, it's okay, I need you now, you know, to do our networking stuff. I ain't got to try to deal with these 14 social media pages I have. I have 14, right? And I be trying to go in them all day, just checking things out. I need to hire a team for that. It's all together, it's just doing it.
Yeah, you know who I he is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know he ain't worse than him. Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah. And see, what a lot of people do, which I don't care for TikTok, certain things you do, when you allow people to come up on your platform and be totally disrespectful, they will shut your platform down. And then you turn around and open up another one with the same type of attitude and behavior, they shut that down. Then you open up another one and, oh, they can't do nothing to me. Yes, they are. Because you're allowing people to disrespect your platforms, which goes against their law, their community guidelines. Now, if they ever decide to shut me down, that might be the last time I come on. That's not where I'm at. So I see what's happening. When people lose, they get all these followers, and then people start disrespecting their stuff, and they take them down. And then they have to build up all over again on a new platform. That's not what strengthening the community is all about. That's not what the couch conversation is all about. So that's the reason why I will not embed TikTok into my broadcast network, because when I talk more on a deeper level, because it's called keeping it honest. So we'll talk about all types of issues. Hold up for a minute, y'all. Do me a favor, mute up, because and I apologize, D. Did you want to share something? Because I was getting ready to call Just. And I apologize for not looking at you at first.
Is he asleep? Oh, no.
Hey, Yoki.
This is KY, bro.
KY, come on. Yoki.
Yeah, that's what, yep.
Oh, wait a minute, hold up for a minute. Yoki, I see you on my on my Facebook thing. I see your name. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, KY.
Yeah, so I just popped through, man. I seen you up on here because I ain't seen you in a minute, man. This is KY when we was over there on Ebra.
Yeah.
I just changed my name. I'm starting a little something, working my way towards something. That's why it's just saying. You know what I mean?
Thanks. But look, I had to back down because I'm about business. You know what I mean? And about helping. Yeah. So for me, I had to back down and begin to focus more on the business side of everything. And that's the only reason why I sent her a message. I told her I love her and everything, but
no.
Yeah.
I just seen you. I just was flicking through and saw you. So I'm like, let me see what Coach is doing. I ain't seen him in a minute.
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't. I'm gonna say it. Something that just rubbed me the wrong way, and I don't need you to acknowledge or agree with it. You know, I started noticing that she begins to beg for follows and shit. And put pressure on people and started calling people's names about certain things. I'm like, yeah, no, that son took a left. So I want to hear from none of that. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I saw you. I said, let me see what Coke do.
And see,
I think I'm not over there.
That's OG.
Because when I feel something ain't right, I just exit stage left. You know what I mean?
And I had to
Basically
move.
what all of us did.
Yeah, I had to move because it was starting to disturb my spirit. Come on, OG.
No, come on. I'm getting ready to mute up.
Let me, Yoki. Now you see you on my stream, my live stream. That's when I go live on my Facebook page. That's where they see me at over there, and then it's on YouTube, it's on Twitter, it's on Twitch as well. So
Yeah, your YouTube page right now.
Okay.
Your Facebook. Right
Okay.
now.
So now wait a minute, YK, and see now when I get somebody to like work everything for me, say like you want to come on between 6 and 7. I'm just using you as an example. You can come on that stream like Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, however you choose to do it, once a week. But the goal is, well, the thing is, you'll have to pay for that slot because it is business. You get me? But now, the thing is, it all depends on what you're doing. Say like if you got product you want to sell and you rent that space for like an hour, that is to help you sell your promote your business and sell your stuff. So it's not just you'll be using the my services. You'll have other people, like you can invite some of your people to your page, to your section to order stuff. How I'm just giving you a little example because it is for other people to actually buy a slot, pay for a slot for an hour or two, however you want to do it. We'll just talk about it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So that's what my restreams is all about. And once again, I can do commercial breaks and everything. So once I get somebody to work all of that KY, it's just I don't know how to implement it in where we can do where we can do commercials with all of this. Keep in mind, I'll get paid for it because it's business. You get me? So all of it's business, but it's advertising too. So I just want y'all to know this is what I'm about. I ain't no joke. And this what OG about. This is what Danielle about. This is what you say. Alexander said, I'm here. This is what you. Is that my man Alexander? Now, is that Alex? No, you did not. That's it. You done came on again under another name. Oh, no, this no. I just read it. I just read it. I just read it. No, you did not. I just read what you wrote.
What's the YouTube?
Yoki TV. But I have BLM. Okay, I gotta leave my phone. I don't like hearing my own voice. But BLM.
I'm laughing at.
That's my political rapper name.
Right. I'm laughing at Yoki because he put in there, don't say my name. And I ain't seen it.
Yeah. The reason I say that is because people can look me up. I have video there.
Steph, what's your Stephen?
Yeah.
Cope, what's your YouTube?
Just look up the Couch Conversation or the Couch Talk Show on YouTube. I ain't messing with you, Yoki. I ain't messing with you because look, the frame I got my thing in, I got it pointed straight up rather than in the air. And I happen to see where it say, don't say my. I'm like, ooh, shoot. I already said it.
You said, as long as you don't know my mom's name on here, you know my whole name. Just say Alexander.
Because I thought it was the other Alexander that normally gets into it with Raheem.
Nah. That's my actual name though. That's why I hate Alexander so much. He makes me look stupid because his name is Alexander.
I'm gonna hurt you. And then look, I'm looking down at it, right? And because I know a lot of people.
He's black, is he? No, Alexander's black.
Alexander is from
Britain.
Wait a minute. Is it Britain?
He's beans and toast. Chips and fish.
I'm not messing with you. I'm not messing with you. Oh my God.
Okay, I was saying when we on YouTube or Facebook, you can say Alex, but on here because I have so much enemies.
Right? No. I'm gonna stick to your Yoki. I'm gonna stick to Yoki because I know a lot of people don't want people to know their government name, so I'll stick to Yoki.
You won't find more on my TikTok account than you will actually find my government name because I'm 19 years old. I don't have a job. I don't have taxes. I don't have mail. You're not finding anything on me.
Man, look, my thing is I want people to look me up so they could be like, oh, he do exactly what he say. What you think I'm coming on in line? Look me up. It could tell you on my stuff. If you Google me, it'll tell you what happened to me about being locked up. It'll tell you like all 17 charges, home invasion, burglary on my own property. It'll tell you everything.
That's how I tell people. You want to mess with me? My last name is that, and we cut people up. We don't play that. You pull up my house, we're gonna deal with certain stuff.
Guess what? Nobody talk about me better than me. because I talk about Steve Copeland. And if you want to talk about me, I'm going to give you something to go back and talk about. And talk about how these two police set me up, AKY. Tell them how the two police set me up with 17 charges. Gonna look, how in the world you gonna charge me with home invasion, burglary, armed robbery, assault, one home invasion, burglary on my own rental property and business? This is my business. Now, who, this what I was saying, y'all. Who house did I do a home invasion in? Nobody.
That was my first handle.
What?
It was actually it was Kai, but everybody said KY. It was Kai.
KY. So look, out of everything I suppose they've done, the only thing they could call themselves, which actually everything should have been dropped. It shouldn't even have went as far as it did. Should have been dropped. So this is what they said, right? The prosecutor told me. I was doing a plea deal just to push it behind me. Let's let it go. I'll move forward. Mr. Copeland, we know you didn't do this and you didn't do that, but you are guilty by association. I looked over at her ass and I wanted to say, so is the damn boss, so is the mayor, because they know me. I wanted to tell her, but I was scared. They would have kept me. I wanted to come home. But they faked all this bull crap. And that's why I said I'm going to talk about it. Because God let me see how they can come together with paperwork and crucify innocent people. And that was the biggest mistake y'all could have made, was letting Steve Copeland see it. That big mouth, bald head black dude in Baltimore City. Because I'm going to talk about it. And it ain't a damn they can do. But for y'all that's scared, stay out the way. I ain't trying to get in trouble this time. I got a team now. Because they was able to attack me because I was by myself and they hid me. I never once had a chance to tell a judge who I was and what I do around in Baltimore City. They made sure. And guess what? They invaded my niece's house that I was staying at, talking about they were looking for some Gucci glasses, checkbooks and stuff. That was the detective that set that up. And then another thing, while I was locked up, they found one of my clients in my housing program unalive. And guess who he looked like? That's not in the police report. So for a lot of y'all, and I'm talking to people in my restream that wanted to judge me, y'all ain't even know what the hell they was putting me through. Colonel Melvin Russell know. Mackenzie Frost know. Because I was calling them, telling them what was happening to me. Man, the Brandon Scott knew. But y'all sitting up there, oh, he gonna get himself in trouble. I got a phone call, KY, a week before I was arrested. Told me that they was locking up the community activists. I said, Brandon Scott, I'm not gonna let nothing happen to me, blah, blah, blah. On the 12th, I was gone. Wow. So now here come your truth. And then to show you how the prison system don't work right, I got 3 toes on my right foot. I was operated on twice because of the neglect that they gave me over the hospital. I told them to help me because I was scared they was gonna have to operate on my feet because of the fluid. And guess what? It got infected. So that's what I went through for the last 2 years. And y'all turned your back on me in Baltimore City. But I swear I wasn't gonna give up on our people because I represent the people. And guess what? You ain't got that God-fearing man right now. You got that man that was hurt about that shit.
They knocked me down. The prison system knocked me down too.
And look, I laid them out too, all. I laid them out too. I said, keep fucking with me. Because a good friend of mine used to be warden over there. I said, mess with me.
Real people. Prison system knocked me down.
You hear him? So guess what? Why? Guess what? My buddy, My buddy worked with the ex-offenders, returning citizens, and all of that. Y'all seen me post a picture because Lady J gave them awards for the programs they put together. Some of them been in prison for 20, 30, 40 years.
Somebody allegedly
Right.
did something. Allegedly did something.
Right. And oh, that's why not to move away from anything, y'all. That's why I do what I do. I don't have to do it. But basically, people like myself, OG, Danielle, people like myself, Cam. Come on,
all you have to do is ask. I've been through it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm laughing what Danielle put, right? She put, you surely got fooled by the people who sit high and look low. She ain't lying. Look, I do rallies. I do protests. I'm talking about with people, Danielle, and I know you know. I do this with other organizations. None of them suckers came to my rescue. None of them.
They arrest men who are on focus. If you're in the military, they arrest the men who are on focus. That's the way it goes. Like, trust me.
I know all. I know I got you.
Men who are on focus to do the job that needs to get done.
And that's why, that's what, Danielle, that's what, Yo is saying, all you saying, that's why I started teaming up with the veterans too, because I started realizing how they're being mistreated. But on top of that, y'all, correct. My biggest thing is Danielle, I'm gonna bring it down, but the point is, I don't know how to shut my mouth. And that's what they want me to do. They want me to shut up.
No, they can't tell me to shut up.
There you go. I refuse to.
They can't tell you to shut up.
And I'm glad. I'm listening to you, all you. And I got my one of my partners on my live stream.
I don't care what they say. I don't care where I walk. I march on.
There you go. And look, I like what you said, because look, when I hear people saying I stand 10 toes down, I'll be like, damn, I'm standing 8 toes down. I don't play.
Yes, correct.
I'm still standing. There you go. I'm still standing, yo. You all?
Yeah. Oh, man. Come on, man. I'm talking about people.
Look, I'm still standing. Might be 8 goddamn toes, but I'm still standing. Yeah, and look, I got OG on one arm. I got Cam on the other arm. I got Danielle on the other arm. I got Queen on one arm. Please.
Well, no. The thing about it is
about us. They made movies about niggas like us. No, straight up, man, no.
But I am actually the organization. Listen,
I know.
I'm actually very happy to be in this organization that I'm in with you, because I mean, it's given me a better platform to do what I need to do in order to help my community. Therefore, once I get to see,
always help somebody.
Right.
They don't understand the true power once we have.
That's it. And and OG, I just want to say this because Danielle just put something on here too. All you, this is a team of warriors.
Absolutely.
That God is creating. It ain't me, it's God.
We always gotta look something has to be higher.
Right. Now look, I want to read this what Danielle said, right? Because she's very familiar with what happened to me here in Baltimore City.
Come on, man.
She said, hold up, all.
Don't go to Timothy.
She said, no, this is one of my team. This is one of my partners, my business partners. She said, that's a good and a bad thing, but don't shut up. We have a right to freedom of the speech and keep talking, and I back you. So what? But look, I know her and her husband got my back. Real simple. Just like you, OG, just like we got Cam, just like everybody that's on the team. Right. And the reason why I'm saying this, because I watch what Danielle and her husband do anyway for the ministry. So I sent her something, OG, for her to ask her, because we teaming up anyway, to be a board of director. So she's part of the board as well. Come on, all.
Yeah, let's see the woman's perspective.
Well, she's on another platform, all.
But no, that'll be
you help
a beautiful thing.
That's what we put on.
I'm just gonna go ahead and mute.
No, come on, OG.
I get that a lot. Help others. I don't care how you do it. I don't care why you do it. But help others.
OG, where you at? Oh, he dropped. Come on, OG.
No, I think you. No, it could have been TT. He may have said something that he got dropped for. But
yeah.
I'm actually kind of glad that we'll have a woman on the board, because I mean, moms. That's mom. Yeah, that too. That's mom. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So mom's gonna be able to keep us all in place, and that's a beautiful thing. So that works for me.
And see where I'm at with I'm gonna say Danielle, because she's a woman, and when it comes to the women, see, my goal is, and I have two other women that's basically going to deal with the women. I don't have to be out there like that, because now if I do step in anything, because I'm gonna lay down the rules for everybody. If I step in, it's not good. It's not a good thing. So, but now I have a team, Danielle and OG. I have a team.
Well, if any one of us, as far as the board members or anything like that, see something, we're not going to tolerate it.
Right.
I don't give a care what it is. And if you've already been warned the first time and you keep continuing on doing it, then there's only one thing to do, and
right.
that's to go ahead and get rid of them.
Right.
Bring somebody in here that really wants to help, somebody that really wants to learn, someone that really wants to stay off the streets, this, that, and the other. I'd rather do that than spend unnecessary time on trying to train somebody that don't even really want to learn.
And see, that's the goal. That's the goal. Danielle, is I'm going to give them everything that they need as far as understanding. If you break the rules, as far as the housing, if you fight, you gone.
Give them the tools.
Yeah, you gone, because I don't need nobody in there fighting. You're not going to be getting high in there. We're not going to tolerate all of this. I am not. That's not what this is about. So,
and you're not going to do no disrespecting towards anybody. I don't care who it is.
Right. And
disrespect an elder or disrespect anyone will get you automatically out of there too.
And
because
see,
we don't have to put up with it.
You hear Danielle, what OG saying, because that's the type of, I'm gonna say, attitude we're gonna have to take, because it's about people actually changing their old ways and old behaviors, and they're going to fight, they're going to buck. I mean, as far as but the goal is we try to encourage them and motivate them to push them forward. But if they at that point where they want to be stubborn, then I'm gonna hit you with the 72-hour rule. I give you 3 days. I give you 1 day to go find you somewhere to go. The second day, you should be packing your stuff up. The third day, bye. And I'm going to write it all down. The 72-hour rule.
Unless it is either a fight or someone decides they want to try to come and attack us,
right,
or whatever, it's an automatic disqualification,
right,
and you will be automatically terminated,
right,
period.
And that,
and I do not, come on,
dog, come on. I need you, go ahead.
And I'm not that one. I'm that one that you do not want to go up against, because if you think you're getting ready to buck up against me, you got another thing coming. And what these young people are going to have to realize is that, look, we're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you grow, to help you get a better life than what you've been through. So this is our program, that this is what we're trying to do. And I understand it. So this is why I'm in, like I said. And I appreciate being a part of this team, because now I have a voice, and my voice has a voice. You see what I'm saying? So if I come to my board members and say, hey, look, I need this done, or I need some help with this, my board members are going to look at me and be like, okay, how do you want to handle this? This is where the board members get together and we all sit down and we all talk among ourselves in a private meeting, because this is what needs to be done at this point in time. And I appreciate it, because I've never had that. I've never had a team behind me like I have now. And I appreciate it.
And that's what I prayed for. So I won't, I apologize, OG. So I won't have to make major decisions by myself. So I know I have OG, I have Danielle, I have her husband, I got Tashawn. If God put him there, I'm telling you, he put him there where we as a group can make the decisions, where it won't have to be like geared just to one person. Now, because I am very familiar with the rules, let me share this with y'all. It's temporary housing to permanent. We don't go by landlord-tenant agreements. I will give you something stating that you have to vacate the property. Now, the only time I would have to do an eviction, if you don't leave when I ask you to leave, then I will have to go and do an eviction. But if I give you a vacate notice, for some of you that wants to try to do landlord-tenant bull junk, this doesn't apply. That was the biggest issue I was having with the Eastern District Police Department, because they kept saying you got to get them evicted. I said, I'm not trying to evict them. I will put them somewhere else before I see them homeless again. They ain't want to hear it. So they kept saying it, landlord-tenant, landlord-tenant. They were saying it so much, I wanted to write some notes with it. Landlord-tenant, landlord-tenant. I am the tenant. They are my clients. I kept telling them that, Jeff. They wasn't listening. They are my clients. This is a transitional housing program. It's like a halfway house, like what they said, right? But those are the rules we follow by. And if you're not living accordingly, you have rules that you have to oblige, and you will be put out. But in my case, because you're homeless, I can get somebody to take you down to a shelter. So you can't say, I put you out. I made sure you got to a shelter, to get the help. You don't want to stay here? Somebody else can use that bed. Just like what OG said. I already know what my program is all about. I already know what my business and my LLC is all about. And guess what? The 72 hours is recognized by the HUD Housing Department as well. A lot of y'all don't know that a landlord can give you 72 hours to get out. He can give you 7 days. He can give you 14 days. He can give you 30 days notice. And if you don't go,
he can actually give you a 10-day notice. Too.
That one too, yeah. A lot of y'all don't know that. Going down to rental court is just a waste of your money. And then you gotta wait, give them 3 months in order to get out. That's 3 months of you not getting paid. And then check this out too. When you being evicted and they give you them 90 days and you correct your money wise that you owe that landlord, he can take that money and still tell you, buy it. Y'all better read it up. Y'all better read it up.
Which is true.
And I said I was going to make paperwork of that. So the next freaking police come in my face and tell me what I can and cannot do, I'm going to go, bam, read this. Because number one, I'm not going to do nothing dumb and stupid to get my own self in trouble, to jeopardize my business. So I got to do my research. And I understand they are being taught. They only feed you what they are being taught. Like they told me. One of my clients sat up there and said, I'm going to unalive you. I'm going to kill you. Right in front of 2 polices. And I'm like, y'all heard what he said? They just turned around and walked away. I said, oh, so what he got to do is unalive me, and you need to see it with your own 2 eyes to lock him up. I said, get out of here. See, y'all don't know how they change stuff around. God let me start seeing all of this because he knew I'm going to run off in my big mouth about it. And that was the biggest mistake they could have made, was let me see how the system itself can be corrupt as all outdoors. So guess what? If you tell me your story, I understand. But guess what? Now I can tell you what I experienced too in that way. So the goal is to get with these organizations, right? See how we can create laws to fight against that bull crap. That's what human rights advocates does. Once they realize what rights of yours that they have violated, we create the laws to fight against it. That's how I know a lot of y'all don't know about politics. And I'm not a politician. I'm just using common sense from what I've been experiencing. Matter of fact, it's God showing me. And I listen to y'all want to get all technical and stuff. My thing is, okay, well, what we going to do? What we going to do to slow it down? The Section 8 houses, right? They're going to have money. They just don't have money to help as many people as they used to. Let me put it like that. I was going to say everybody. This is my goal. I got the director. Listen to what I said. Not the supervisor, not the manager. I got the director of homeless services number. We're going to meet and talk. I got the director of homeless services and HUD housing, because we're going to talk. I am helping
I'd love to be in on that
to house.
I'd love to be there.
I got you. I'm helping Danielle to house y'all people. And y'all gonna write me a damn check for housing. And then I want to know, HUD housing, other than Section 8, what other housing programs or vouchers do y'all have? Know why? Because my daughter got a homeless voucher. So I want to know what other program, to help pay for your housing. As long as they're collecting taxes, that's where your money go, towards the free government programs, towards landscaping. Fixing up the city and all this type of stuff, right? I was trying to think of that other word, structure, something structure, like fixing the streets and all that. Whatever buildings or stuff we have out there that the government, the taxes, when I say that, I'm talking taxes, state and federal. The money goes towards those programs to help. Look at the money that's coming in for the parking tickets. Look at the money that's coming in for the lights, the green lights, the red lights. I mean, all that money's supposed to contribute back into the community. The people that's putting them cameras up, do y'all realize they contract to do that? They get money to put those street cameras up. And guess what? The city gets part of that money for allowing them to use them cameras. Know how I know that? Because I delivered to a place that had them in it. I said, oh my God, this is where the stuff is at. Like the poles, the cameras and all that. They contract that stuff out. But y'all know about politics. Y'all know what they doing. Y'all forgot the bottle taxes. Anytime you pay taxes on food, that money's supposed to go towards state and government funding projects. When you pay 7%, 7.5% of your own state and federal taxes, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, your businessmen have to pay the other 7.5. It's 15% taxes. You pay 7.5 and they pay 7.5 for you, working for them. So it's all 15% that goes towards, let me make sure, Medicaid, and I'm trying to look at the funding part together. That's why Elon Musk and Donald Trump and them trying to eliminate some of it, so they won't have to keep paying their own 7%.
See, this is where we come in at to give them a hand with that. Then that way, they don't have to keep contracting their work out. We'll come in and do it for a lower price and still continue the revenue in the community itself.
You see?
It's basically what we're doing.
You hear what he just said?
We're taking over all of the contracts that we can and putting it back to the community. Let the community work for their own selves. And
recirculating that money back into the inner cities. Come on, OG.
Into the community itself. That's what we're doing. We are circulating their money to their own community without them knowing about it. But yeah, that's what we're going to end up doing anyway.
And that's the point. That's the point. And guess what? People like Brandon Scott, which is our I'm trying to think of her position as general. All of them know and understand. I'm gonna tell you this, Anthony Brown, when I was at the town hall meeting, Anthony Brown stood up. He was the only one I heard share towards solutions out of all of those politicians that was there. And I said, oh my God, because he understands. You understand your position, and it's geared towards what's best for the people. And that's what y'all miss. Y'all so focused on Trump. Y'all so focused on Biden, which is gone now. Y'all are so focused on Barack. Y'all are so focused on George Washington. Y'all are so focused on Abraham Lincoln. Y'all are all the way back there. I'm like, come up here, come up to 2025. Y'all are in the past. What about the present?
Like that use. So, okay, there's a question down here. It says the snow removal, street repairs, just about everything that's been like that for years. Okay?
Right.
Well, this is where we're all going to come together and we're going to fix this problem. People don't realize what's getting ready to happen, and it's going to be too late because we already have a plan Everything is already set in motion. It's just everybody coming together now.
And wait a minute, let me tell Calvin, wait a minute, OG, let me tell Calvin thanks. Because I was trying to think of that word, Calvin. He's talking about the infrastructure. And I was trying to get that word out, you know, but it didn't come until you just put the snow removal and all of that. So he's basically talking about the infrastructure, like the big potholes in the street. And I'm gonna say even the pipes underground, how a lot of them are cracking and messing up and the streets falling in. So basically, that's what Calvin talking about. And thanks, Calvin, because I was trying to get that word in my head, the infrastructure. So basically, you know, that's something else too, what you talking about. And by us starting our own which is OG priority, right? The landscaping, right? Architect. What we'll do, we can contract with the city as well to help clean some of this stuff up, fix some of this stuff up. This is the goal, but it's not me. Keep in mind, it's not me. The goal is lining people up where we can go to the city. This is my goal. That's why people ask me to be part of what they're doing, because they know what I do on the political side. Talking to them to be able to get contracts, Calvin, like you said, to clean up certain areas, to rebuild streetwise the infrastructure. Now, personally, I can't do it, but the people, I know people that contract stuff out. So it's to get some of them contracts for us to do certain things, you know?
Now, what we are actually planning on doing, well, what I'm going to plan on doing is, you know, they have the summer youth programs. Well, what they don't have is a winter youth program that can teach them to go out, shovel snow, stuff like that for the community, giving back, you know, and this is what I am going to implicate and try to get a winter program started along with the summer youth program. This is another, and the only reason why I'm saying this, for those that don't know, I have lost my wife 6 months ago, okay? This was her dream. This was her company that we are talking about. We are talking about Black Eden's Handyman LLC here, okay? This was her company. She put everything together. Me, I'm just an employee. I'm the CEO. Now, I'm still the CEO of the company. But my main goal is to start a foundation for my wife. This is what I am really trying to do, because she is the legacy that I am.
Love you, bro.
She put this together for me. She put this together for me, brother. How many women do that? How many women will even attempt to make sure that their husbands are set if something happens? Mine did. And I love her to death. But this is what I'm coming to do, what I need to do. And that's to get her out and get her known. And I appreciate it. I do.
And see,
she gave me something to run with.
Right.
Come on.
And see, because of what Strengthen the Community is all about, Black Eden Handyman is my business partner for the landscaping part of it. So whenever we get contracts, no matter who the other business partners is, if our contract is a little bit cheaper, I'll let him do it. Then we might want to use which name company, this company, that company. The whole goal is when we get the contracts to distribute them back out amongst the business owners that's into our network. If you're doing, let me say, you want to do culinary school training and you can certify, we have a kitchen here. Danielle says, sorry for your loss, OG. Thanks, Danielle. And this is part of the foundation that he's doing for his wife. But what I love about it, he's willing to teach people how to maintain their property. And I'm talking about the ones, Danielle, that's mainly in our housing program, but other people gonna need their grass cut and stuff like that, you get me? But mainly for the people that's in our housing program, that's willing, that's going to be renting property and stuff. Some of them going to get into the house buying program. We have it equipped already where we can teach them how to maintain that property, whether they renting from somebody or they're buying their own. This is what strengthening the community is all about. But now, keep in mind, it's the wraparound service we provide. So all of us have our part to play. So if you're in another city and you want to start something, catch up with us on our shows, I'm telling you now. Because that way, if I see you're serious, but your heart is more for the community, the people. Now, I know either way, if you're starting a business, you want to profit from it. I already know that. But the goal, once I hear you say you don't have a problem with working with the youth, or you don't have a problem with working for work, helping recovering addicts, stuff like that, right? I see your heart is more into it. The goal is to help you. This is my goal. When the finances get to rolling, I'm gonna have to close this out. But the goal is to help you get the proper funding to actually do what you have to do. Because I know, as you being a nonprofit person, or starting your own thing, you coming out your pocket with your own money. I already know that. So the goal is to help you get, and I'm not worried about none of that so-called, they cutting these programs out and they cutting that program out. I ain't a bit more worried about that. Know why? Because my goal is to go around it and talk to whoever. Get me. Get what I'm saying? This is what we doing over here. This blah, 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 blah. We need some of that money guided our way. But you have to make sure, that's part of the grant money. You have to make sure everything is in order with you. Paperwork wise, the amount it would take you to run this and do that, when you apply for grant money. And I'm only saying it, if you need 5,000, 10,000, that's normally startup money. That's normally startup. But say like once you do it for a year and you know how much it's going to take you to operate that facility, say based on a yearly basis is what you have to send when it comes to reaching out for grant money. They have to see your operation. And then when you send in for grant money, you can put a couple of salaries in for your volunteers who's going to become employees. I will continue explaining all of this when y'all come on to our show. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5:00 p.m. Eastern time. On Fridays, when we talk business, OG will feed you. I will feed you. I'm only feeding you the process of what I had to go through to get from over here, Danielle, to over here now. And I got people. This is what I did, and I'm gonna have to get off because my laptop is starting to die. This is what I did. It's going low, real low, real low. I called Ross T. McNutt. This is the guy that brought the spy plane to Baltimore City to help reduce the unalive rate, the crime rate, what is that? Sex trafficking. He recorded. The goal was to give the recording to the detectives to go and arrest whoever did what they did. The city got rid of it. So I'm just wanting y'all to see how they will fight against you for anything you trying to do to help reduce the unalive rate, the crime, and all that type of stuff, because it's money in it. It's money. That's what keeps them working. So when you got a big mouth person like me who start talking about it, it's like, but they already know. So the goal is not to come aggressive with them no more, not to be mean and nasty no more, but to be more understanding. Everybody have a role to play in this world, whether it's good and evil. Y'all know that guy by the name they call Lucifer? Y'all know that guy by the name they call Jesus Christ? That's you. You got a good side. You have a loving, caring side. That's what God is telling you. It's based around your character. It's based around your personality. So I'd rather with people like OG, Cam, Queen, Danielle, well, I'm trying to think of some more names of my team, right? I'm thinking about people like them who more are God-fearing, loving people. And that's the side they wants to show out to help embrace the people that Christ came and walked this earth for. Loving, kind, considerate, feeding them, clothing them, housing them. That's what we do. So if you understand Bible, understand it right. I didn't get ordained deacon for nothing. Come on.
To be honest, I am a God's child.
You
I
are
am a God's child. I shouldn't even be here. I really shouldn't even be here. Massive heart attack, 2010. I'm a 15 years survivor of a massive heart attack, bro. I mean, how many people can actually tell you that they survived a massive heart attack and able to talk about it and walk away from the hospital? How many people can tell you that? Not too many. Most of them are unalived. Me, I just happen to be one of the lucky ones. God said, I'm not done with you yet, my son. Go home. Your castle ain't done. Go home. This is where I'm at today. I am a God's child. You can't pull nothing on me without me knowing about it before you even think you get there. They try to pull one on me. I'll call you on your BS in a heartbeat.
Like, yo, wait a minute.